I'm here. I'm here. I went to go pee, I'm sorry, but I'm here. Ow. Scratch myself. A nail. Ow. Oh, the music isn't that loud. Yeah, it's good enough. Oh fuck. Well, I just tipped my webcam over, so hopefully it's set straight. I'll fix it. But here, let me turn on my webcam now. Yeah, this looks fine. Yeah. Let me try to like flatten it a bit more so it stays on. Okay. There we go. Maybe. Just turn it a bit that way. Yeah, that's good. Let me up the brightness here though. That's good. That's good. All right. Hello. And welcome to the stream. Today we're playing some more D&D. Episode 13, Ballads of a Lost Empire. OceAN mAstER. I caved. Hopefully the spelling will lead to a lawsuit. Try to divert a bit of that away from me. Yeah. Today we have the whole crew, and we're continuing on. Let me shift this over. And okay. Yeah, I think we're good now. I will now rejoin them. Turn that off. No. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, here we go.
So you can
Hello there.
Welcome back.
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
Yeah.
You're very good.
Oh,
And then it has it has things for the tactics of each of the monster types as well. Like a little blurb, which is really good.
Okay,
nice.
display.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
4th edition, good for
I
what
am
it
back.
is. The combat sim.
Welcome
Mhm.
back. Stream
Okay,
has
I
started.
can't- I can't
Okay.
open my camera because I have sensitive documents. I started a new job.
Fair enough.
Oh, nice.
I
Alright.
relate very much.
Mhm.
I'll turn on my camera in a minute. I just gotta buy something.
There you go.
But I do have one final Harry Potter related question.
Okay.
Okay, so the director of the last ones, David Yates, has directed this movie called The Tichborne Kliman, whatever. And then he did Harry Potter 5, 6, 7 Part 1 and 7 Part 2. Followed
Yeah.
by The Legend of
Tarzan,
Tarzan.
right?
Followed
Yeah.
by Fantastic Beasts 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
Does that make him a bad director?
Well, the Fantastic Beasts movies are bad, and they
Yes.
will be bad till the end of
Yes.
time.
Yes.
But I feel like it's more J.K. Rowling's problem.
Yeah.
The
I
scripts
kind
are
of
very
agree.
bad.
Yes.
They're
it
bad
should-
scripts.
right then.
You can't do that much with the Fantastic Beasts 2 script.
Yeah, that was atrocious.
Yeah, it's so bad.
I
haven't seen it
I
yet, but I
still
kinda wanna
remember.
watch it now.
I still
Okay.
remember. I hadn't seen it yet, but you did, Jap me, and I asked you, how bad was it? And you literally told me, dude, there's a part where he vapes the future. I was like,
What?
Yes.
what the fuck?
He vapes World War II.
Oh yeah, he vapes.
He like takes a hit from his like skull pipe,
yeah.
and then he blows out smoke, and you see visions of World War II.
Yeah, and I was like,
this
what?
is what'll happen if I'm not in power.
I was like, what the fuck are
This
you
is a
talking
movie.
about? And then I saw
You
the
need my
movie.
camera.
And then right at that part, I told my brother, he's vaping
What
World
the
War II.
fuck? He
This is his movie.
vapes the future!
You should see Fantastic Beasts too, Ricky.
You gotta see
It's a
this.
wild ride.
It's so funny.
Great the future. Dude, I saw the
Nagini? You know Nagini, the snake?
Oh,
yeah.
He's
She's a
actually
woman,
Korean
right?
woman.
Yeah, okay, so I watched a video on that movie because I didn't plan on watching it. But what I did do is when the first one came out, I saw that with the name withheld for legal reasons, person I was dating at the time. And
For legal reasons.
let me tell you, great person, but our tastes in films did not align. Because I saw
That's what ended the relationship.
I saw both. Actually, me doing drum corps ended the relationship. I'm sure because that takes up all my time. But I saw Suicide Squad and the first Fantastic Beasts movie with her, and she liked both of them.
Oh,
And-
that Suicide Squad? That's deal
Yeah.
breaker.
Yeah, that's
so
the
I
end of
was-
the relationship.
So I get out of the theater watching Suicide Squad. And I was like, that was bad, and that was bad. And she was like, yeah, but Margot Robbie, and I'm like, yeah, but who gives a fuck? It was so bad. And she was like,
He's
nah,
done nude scenes. Like,
exactly.
why that
And
movie?
then-
Like, why would you?
And then the Fantastic Beasts movie. The worst part about that movie is the music. Because the movie is like
Is that the
fine,
worst
I
part?
guess. The first one.
Yeah,
The
the
first
first
Fantastic
one's
Beasts
fine.
movie. Yeah, because the movie's fine, I guess. But the music is really fucking bad. And then the only time I noticed it was when they were in they're in the
the composer?
zoo. Who gives a shit?
I'm just trying to figure out who to send this clip to.
Oh yeah. You can tell them from me, your music in that film fucking sucks. Alright, yeah, Fantastic
I think
Beasts,
they're
where to
dead.
find them? Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't feel
James
that.
Newton Howard. James Newton Howard. What?
Wait, yeah, isn't that guy like a G? Hold up.
I think it was like his
Wait,
last
who?
score. It might have been unfinished.
Let me pull up his.
He is really good.
Yeah, this
in
guy's-
general.
Yeah, isn't this guy like a hard G?
He did like the Unbreakable score. A lot of. Okay, well, yeah, he was probably. It was probably a bit of a. Let's see.
Let's see. He did The Fugitive. The score in The Fugitive is good.
Mhm.
The Fugitive is a good movie. He did the score for
Yeah, he-
Waterworld.
He did Unbreakable.
I haven't got. He did
Nice.
Space Jam.
Bad movie.
The new one?
He did The Sixth
The
Sense.
song?
Okay, no, James Newton Howard's still
And
alive. James
Unbreakable.
Horner is the one that died. Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
He did all the M. Night Shyamalan stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Batman Begins. And the Peter Jackson King Kong.
He's been everywhere. I have food. I have to go grab.
Nice.
I'll be right back.
Kind
Oh
of.
yeah,
Right.
so I saw the movie with her, and there's this one part where they're in the zoo, and the Harry Potter theme plays, and that's the only time I remember there being music in the movie. So I walked out of the movie, and I was like, first of all, that plot gets really hardcore derailed in the last like 20 minutes of the movie,
Yeah.
and then second of all, the music is really bad. And she was like, I fucking love Harry Potter. Don't talk shit on Harry Potter. And I was like, bitch, do you know how many times I've read the Harry Potter series?
But
I
you really
fucking
said
love
that.
Harry
You, did,
Potter.
you really said that, didn't you? You said
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah.
There's a point in Fantastic Beasts where I was like, okay, this is fine, I guess. And then they like replaced Colin Farrell, who's the best actor in the movie,
Yes.
with
By
Johnny
far.
Depp,
Yes.
who's awful in these movies. Like he's so bad. And he has like one line, and that one line is so terrible. And like just terribly delivered. And he looks like Jack Frost from the
Yeah.
Santa Claus 3.
No, why would you say that?
Because it's true.
It's true. He has like fucking like spiky white hair and like
Yeah.
this fucking wispy ass mustache. It's so weird.
It's so
He
bad.
looks so bad. Ugh. Are you looking up Grindelwald
I'm
in the?
back.
It's bad. Dude, fucking
yeah.
Dan Fogler is such a bad actor. He's
Dan
so
Fogler? Who is he?
he's
Oh,
so bad at those. He's also really bad in Balls of Fury, the only other movie of his I've seen. But Balls
Yeah,
of
look at
Fury
that,
is
look at
really
that.
funny.
that's Jack Frost.
Wait, did Mads
What the
Mikkelsen
fuck?
replace Johnny Depp?
He's
Or is he going
the next
to?
Yeah,
one,
he's
yeah.
going to.
No.
Yeah. Which they should have just
Choice.
hired him in the
Nice.
first place. Yeah.
dude. I'm
No,
telling you.
I hate
Yeah.
it.
Hey,
No.
hey, let me tell you
I'm
something else.
going to bed.
That you see that character? That's Dumbledore's gay lover.
Yeah, like I don't get it. What the fuck?
My name.
You're trying to. There's a lot of things. I can suspend disbelief for a lot of things. It's a magical world. Whatever.
Yes.
You're trying to tell me
Exactly.
Jude Law was attracted to that?
Yeah. Like, come
Too
on.
far. I don't.
Yeah.
I can't accept that.
Dumbledore was
Jude
into some freaky shit,
Wait,
dude.
they got Jude Law as young Dumbledore? That's a good
Oh,
choice.
that was good.
That's a good choice.
Hmm.
10 out of 10 casting on that one. I feel like they nailed the Dumbledore casting. On the Dumbledore side of things, good
Fuck's
job.
my
10 out of 10.
drink.
Because
Don't
they
tell
got
me you forgot my
they got
diet,
two-
Dr. Kelp. I'll be right back.
He's gonna go chase. He's gonna go chase the
I'll
DoorDash
go
driver.
kill a bitch.
Like,
Yeah,
you're
I
gonna
think
He
tell
rides
me-
away on a rock.
on a rock?
Okay, and then something else to
It's-
complain about
it's
the
the-
Harry Potter series
Wait,
is
sorry, hang on. You're trying to tell me this was attracted to this?
Hey man, everyone's got a type. Like,
Like what? What?
It didn't refresh for me, so you said this, and it was Johnny Depp was attracted to this, and it was Jack Frost.
God bless.
Like Jude Law. Not only is Jude Law hot, this is the hottest Jude Law's looked in like a while.
Yeah, look at that beard.
The beard
And,
and
like,
like the
the
thinning
suit.
hair that he always
I
I
makes
feel like Johnny
work.
Depp is pretty hot.
That's one thing that
Not-
I really like
in
about the Harry
general,
Potter.
I don't disagree, but this Johnny Depp,
Yeah, no.
the
No, I'm just-
fucking white hair.
Yeah, there's one
Oh.
thing that a lot of Harry Potter fans complain about in the Harry Potter movies that I really like is that they're not wearing robes all the time.
Yeah.
Like, look how good Dumbledore looks in a suit. You can't tell me that you're not just gonna not put Dumbledore in a suit if he's gonna look like that. Like, fuck you.
I
for
will
not-
say he's supposed to be like a very flamboyant dresser. I think you could have
Yes.
pulled this, something brighter.
I agree. Like
Yeah.
Robert De Niro in Casino, those kind of suits.
Yeah.
But
Like, that's
I
fine. But
I
actually
do
always
really
liked that the students, like I remember 3 really did this. They wore like normal clothes and their robes looked like shit. Like they were just completely unkempt.
Mhm.
And I really liked that. It was believable.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as I was watching the third one. But I do like how when they're like doing the actual like plot relevant things that the movie or book is pushing towards, they're like in regular clothes. Like during the whole final sequence of the third movie, they're wearing like tracksuits and like good. I'm not gonna fucking trust some children prancing around in robes to do.
All right. Anyway,
Beloved,
let's
where's your crown?
introduce ourselves.
My crown.
Is he back?
He is back.
Ah,
Fuck.
Let's do introductions.
Yes, sorry. They forgot my fucking drink, dude. I'm pissed.
Lim.
Hell.
Okay. Who's first, Ricky?
hello. My name is Ricky, and I will be playing the Sea Elf Ocean Master. And by Ocean Master, I mean that's his title. His name is Petra.
His name is.
But you should
Ocean.
refer to him as Ocean Master in
Yeah.
all contexts,
Yeah.
at all times, because he is
First
the Ocean
name
Master.
Ocean, last
Of
name
course.
Master.
Of course.
Yes, I am Japneet. I'll be playing Caraway, the Star Druid Kalstar. I am not an Ocean Master yet. Kyle, you're next.
That's the spirit.
Kyle's next. I'm Kyle. Hi. I'm playing Spanky Thoreau,
Milad, you're next.
who is who's a wizard and also an Ocean Master.
You're not an Ocean Master.
I'm an
Now,
ocean-
you could go to jail for claiming you're an ocean master when you're not.
Yeah.
That's true. Identity theft.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My character is
Claiming-
also
Claiming
technically a
Ocean
criminal,
Mastery
so that's
under
fine.
false pretenses without a license.
You got a license for that Ocean Master?
That's up to 10
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, the giant Kraken Overlord will eat you.
Daddy crack.
Literally. He'll just eat you.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
What was it
I've gone
called
through
in
worse.
Aquaman? The is something else.
Karathan.
The
Karathan.
Karathan. Yeah,
Karathan.
because
Cracking
Kraken is
it up.
copyright? Question mark.
Karathan is. They want to use copyrighted terms.
They wanted to use copyrighted terms.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
They want
Gotta get that
copyrighted
shmoney.
Yeah.
Can I go?
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
Fuck.
Fuck.
All
As long
right.
as it's Ocean Master related.
True.
My name is Milat Solari. I'm the one streaming. I am playing Crate Isla.
Crate.
Prate.
Crete.
Have been saying it long this whole time.
No, it's Crete. Crete Isla, who's my
Correct.
Minotaur barbarian, and I have been in an ocean before, and I have seen a master or something.
Hello.
These are correct statements.
It's related to ocean master.
Oh, I have a
Samir-
fan on. Can you hear that?
No.
No.
Okay, cool.
Samir.
Hi, I'm Samir. I'm going to be playing Lieutenant Zach Dorkar, a Githyanki pirate man, and I've been to the ocean too. It's pretty nice, and I don't have my camera on for
Legal reasons.
For legal
Legal
reasons.
reasons.
Legal reasons, yeah.
I have sensitive documents.
Or for illegal reasons.
Yeah. Yes.
It's a
Copyrighted
document.
sounds.
and
Copyrighted
then-
sounds.
And I'm going to be Andrew Wilson, and I'm going to be playing probably someone who is going to give them some money this session because they're all broke.
True. We
You
are
better-
indeed.
And you
Right,
are
you
you are
check
the
in real
dungeon
life.
master, correct?
I'm not the ocean master, but
Yeah,
I am the
Well,
dungeon
I was
master.
about to say you're the dungeon master, but we're on the astral sea and not in a dungeon.
Are we,
I mean,
are we still
in a
in the dungeon
sense,
still?
You're not
You
a
are
master
technically
of
still in the dungeon.
sure, but we're gonna get out soon, I assume / hope. And once we do, you're sort of in charge of the astral sea more than you're the master of a dungeon. Another word for a sea is an ocean. So in a roundabout way,
Correct.
you are in fact an ocean master.
All right, I'm gonna
Correct.
light the candle
True.
now.
Yeah.
Should I
have my
introduce
candle
the baby?
to
Oh
baby.
yeah, we have the baby now, dude.
Oh yeah, we have
Fuck
the
yeah.
baby.
Oh yeah. I hate that.
I hate
I'm
that.
holding.
You voted for it. You.
Oh yeah, I did vote for that. That's better than whatever Kyle was gonna do.
I don't
So,
think it's better
I'll
than
take
Booty
it.
Call.
I don't know
Something
what.
Oh my god.
I don't
I
know.
spent the whole
Fighting
week
there.
not remembering what you called it, and now
And now I'm cursed.
Ready?
You owe us. You owe us damages.
Damn,
Booty
it's
call.
Me?
true.
I do?
Yes.
Yeah, you made me watch Booty Call, and you
Well-
made me watch Black Stick Mode. If anything, you owe me a lot.
I didn't make you
All
do
right.
shit.
Yes, you did.
You chose
Anyway.
to watch this movie.
No,
Anyway,
I didn't
guys,
choose to watch Black
guys,
Stick Mode.
Recap.
Focus.
Recap.
Focus.
Sorry.
All right.
Also, rhythm
Previously.
box.
Previously on Ballads of the Lost Empire.
I'll get rhythm going.
All right. Last time we explored the Temple of the Star Druids. Further, we found a woodwode. Is that? Am I saying that right?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, woodwode named DeBaby,
That-
as well
Pretty cool.
as solving a puzzle that led us into the sort of forbidden chamber of sorts, or hidden chamber of sorts.
There's a
where
library.
Constellation, a crane made up of constellations, informed us that. Do we get a definitive answer if it's the warlock?
Well, I don't know if you necessarily got a definitive answer.
We
However,
spied on him.
at the beginning of the session, you did scry on the warlock and
Yeah.
discovered that he was in some kind of cahoots with the mind flayer who had initially hired you, and then you had been hired to kill.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we discovered that somebody, the person that had, killed everyone in the Druid Temple, seemed to have stolen a spell that would lead them to an object that would help them accomplish, coincidentally, the same goals of the warlock. Putting two and two together didn't seem very hard, so it was now clear that our enemy that had caused us to be in this dimension had followed us. And that is where we are now.
All right, and so yes, you are currently at the bottom of the tree, Laris is kind of freaking out a little bit as we ended with the he knows where the prison of the apostle of, he called him the apostle of unutterable delirium, and he said he knows where the prison is, was the last thing you remember. And so that's where we are. What do you guys want to do?
I guess the next thing, because there's nothing else here left to look for, so I guess we can go through that portal and meet up with the others. Is Ring Owl still there, or did we call him back?
He's
I
still
believe
there.
Ring Owl is still there.
Okay then.
Yeah, he is.
Before we go, I'm gonna water the baby because he kind of looks thirsty.
Good.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'll pull up.
I think we're more likely to get sued for this than OceAN.
Do
I
baby
agree.
lyrics
Yes.
That's a good sense of baby, though.
first.
All right.
There's a DaBaby song called Baby. No way.
What?
What? And no, this is not real. This is
There's
not
a
real.
separate
And
song
it's-
called Duh.
It's called Baby, and it also has Lil Baby.
Yeah.
That's
Dude,
that's
That's pretty
impossible.
good. That's pretty good.
No.
Called babies, plural. Just two of them.
No, because he's baby.
And it's Lil Baby.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
There's-
dude.
He's not
Two
a
babies.
baby. There can't
He's
be
DaBaby.
Duh,
Huh.
a
baby.
baby. All right. Anyway,
You're right.
All right.
Oh.
I guess going through the portal is an option, I suppose.
We could also just go back through the forest,
That is
Loris.
an option.
They might. I feel like they wouldn't be happy if we came through the portal unannounced.
Well, we sent an owl.
We
Yep.
did, yeah.
And,
No, on the owl, or did it just go in?
I'm not one to willingly trust people I don't know.
We also have Carlos,
I
or
would-
whatever his name is, with us.
Oh yeah.
Carlos.
And
no,
then,
Carlos.
Do we have any
Right.
updates on that bird
Who?
that I
Bird
sent
person.
out to go
Oh,
get
Loris.
Hello, Armand.
Laris.
Laris.
Oh, man.
Loris.
Mom.
Bird person.
That says
bird
Kyle
person, yeah.
Krayasm.
Hmm.
Because of course it does.
What? Wait.
Proud of you.
Oh.
I'm proud of
What?
you.
How does it say Kyle?
Because of course it does.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, big boy anus. Wherever you are.
That's
Can we get,
Armand.
It's Armand
Yeah.
Bashai.
You're
Can we
supportive.
get a
Appreciate it.
name for your team captain?
Big boy.
Anus.
Big boy.
We were like
Did it do-
15 too.
Yeah, the guy. Yeah, we were. It was so cursed.
It's so good.
All right, so yeah, what do you guys? So you guys going through the portal, or you guys?
If
will still
anything, I
considering
think we
it?
sent the bird through the portal first. Like the
So-
bird person. Because the bird is already there. So we have the only bird that we have.
Yeah, I mean, I think they would. If anything, I could talk to them. I could tell them that what was going on here. I think it's probably that portal only goes one way, because if not, they would have sent people here, wouldn't they have?
That
Yeah.
does seem a likely assumption.
Possible.
Maybe we try to bring the bird back through the portal first. See
Well,
what
he can
happens.
just resummon the bird. That's not a problem.
Oh, that's true. But do we know for sure that it's only one way?
We can test it. The
That's
bird
what I was
is
gonna
on
say.
that. Yeah, the bird is
We
on
have a
that
We just,
side.
limited
we just use the
number.
bird
We
to
have a limited
test.
amount of uses here, though.
Don't we have like? No, wait. That's just the fountain water.
You guys watered it, and you would assume, based on how much the flower wilted from each use that from the use that you'd used, that you probably have one more use of the thing.
Oh, but I watered it.
Portal.
That's after you
Hmm.
watered it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
shit.
think
Let's
that-
just go through.
Yeah,
How
I
long,
think if
how long does it
anything,
stay open for?
I think one round, so about 6
Just
seconds.
6
So
seconds. We
you
can
guys
do
would
that
have
for-
time to get all of you through it
Right.
if you opened it, but you're not sure if you'd be able to open it a second time.
I think we
Really?
have. Let's make sure we have everything.
Or at
here.
least today.
We have everything
Right.
here done, and I think,
think
we
we're
should
done
just go
here,
through.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
Yeah,
You
sure.
guys found all the statues. You guys went under. You guys got a couple of the items.
Mhm.
Let's scry on Ringal again, just to make sure what we're getting into here.
Okay.
At the fountain.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll make our decision.
Sounds like a plan.
Mhm.
So you guys go back to the scrying room.
Oh, what kind of books are in this library, by the way, besides the
It's
scroll? Was it just,
mostly let me find my thing for it real quick. If I remember correctly, it is almost entirely star charts.
okay.
But there is also a decent amount of information on the most of the stuff is books, scrolls, and charts, all of which are related to astronomy and its link to nature. That's basically So some of the books are like talk about the tides, and some of them talk about like kind of like horoscope type of stuff. But it's most of the place is star charts for like hundreds of years.
God. Okay. Alright. I think we'll move on to
Yeah, I think
then.
I think we could just probably go through. Maybe we
We have unlimited.
there is
scry.
that.
Just use a scry.
Oh, we're gonna scry the bird first.
We'll scry the bird, yeah.
There is also that bird that I inadvertently showed his dead companion to.
And the bird
Oh,
I
yeah.
sent out.
Yeah, so they
You sent out a
are.
bird? What bird did you send out?
That was the one that like, I was that me or did we just do that together?
I thought that was Rick. You might
Yeah,
have been you and Ricky.
I was probably there. Yeah, okay. I think it's the same bird.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
sent one bird
so-
out. Yeah.
We don't know when that bird's gonna be back.
You based on so it's been you guys have taken one long rest.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
based on Caraway would know that the closest temple, as the bird flies, as it were, or as the crow flies, as it were, is about 2 days' journey. If
Okay.
the bird was just flying straight there, so the assumption would be that it's probably halfway there by now. However, you don't really know anything about any of the other people or the other like Rakdok who'd been around who might have escaped.
Well, we don't need to be here as long as that other temple is told. If they, get a party out, they can bury the dead and perform proper rites. And
We can leave a note.
We can leave a note.
A note. That's why you always leave a note. That's a
We
niche.
can-
That is a
Arrested
niche.
Development, right?
Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can, we can leave it out. I think that's the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have a?
There's a gif of it. It's in the.
I do
channel.
remember that.
And that's why you always leave a note. He like loses his arm. All right, so you guys are going to scry. So let's go down to the. So you guys head down to the scrying section. And so you're scrying on Ringal. You cast the spell, and you can see I'm gonna guess Ringal probably just voluntarily fails the save. And you can see kind of around Ringal that there are a circle of Rakdok of all colors and sizes and ages, kind of speaking. It is a little bit difficult to hear what they're saying, but you're hearing words like send a party out, you're hearing too risky, you hear it sounds like they're arguing over like a course of action for something, but you're not exactly sure what they're arguing about. And there is one young Rakdok who is kind of standing near to the group of birds that Ringowl is with, and they are kind of feeding the birds and just kind of like trying to tune out mommy and daddy fighting in the background, like just trying to do their job.
Yeah.
So that's basically the majority of what you're hearing.
How are the do the people look like druids or?
They wear similar robes to the robes that you would recognize on druids. Yes.
Okay. Oh, speaking of which, Petra, you got the robes. You should give me those.
Oh yeah, those.
The star, the minor robe of stars.
Yes, I will give the minor.
Yeah.
Yes.
You haven't quite
Or did I write
identified it.
sword of star?
No, it's a robe.
Yeah, that's. I remember it being a robe.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can. You guys. Does anyone in the party have identify?
Nope.
No.
Well,
So,
no.
Okay.
no.
Is that what?
No, I
is-
don't.
Is
Yeah,
it only
I'll-
a wizard spell?
Yeah.
Can
Oh,
my
just
mage
give-
hand
And
grow
I'll
eyes?
give-
maybe, but
Artificer,
give,
bard, and wizard.
Japanese, the minor robe of stars, Caraway.
yeah.
I'll like pull it out and just like
Okay.
be like, this robe has been in my family for about 30 minutes.
That's how you find it.
Couple hours at this point. Yeah. It's not quite a.
We went
It's fine.
together. That's how you find it.
Exactly. Take good care of it.
I saw you find it. All right. So yes, you see. That's basically what you see from Ringowl, in this kind of area where he is located.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
No, you need to be stopped.
it seems the path through the forest is a way back. As this could very well be a way forward.
Yes.
No doubt, I vote forward.
Sure.
Yeah.
Forward it is.
Concurrence.
Agree.
I think I don't. I mean, Rakdok are. They should be. This should be an okay way to do this.
If you wish, there is help possibly on the way. You could stay at the temple
Mm-hmm.
if you so desired.
I don't think staying alone in this temple would be a good idea, considering some of the
I
traps we ran into.
I
I'd
agree.
rather go with you guys.
Very well.
If anything, he can just come back with the rescue party.
I might do that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's get out of here. This place gives me the creeps without anybody in it.
Fair enough.
So you guys are going to the portal room. What spell is it? Technically, it's it is the transport via plants.
Oh, that's a great spell name.
Yes.
It's my favorite form of transportation.
Via
It's the only
plants.
form of
Via
transportation that is condoned.
I only teleport through plants.
Exactly.
Not technically true, but sure. So yeah, you guys head back into that room, and just to refresh your memory, you needed to cast Druidcraft on the flower to make it open the to activate the spell.
Mm-hmm. You
And
said
so-
it lasts a round, right?
It lasts 1 round, yes, 6 seconds.
Well, that's a turn. 6 seconds a turn, no?
Well,
yeah,
the assumption with a round of combat is that it, yeah,
That's right. Yeah, okay.
the assumption is that everything happens at roughly the same time. So
Alright. I'm gonna get into like a running pose.
okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna
Alright.
Misty Step into. Yeah.
It's gonna
Alright. so yeah, it opens up and you see it kind of.
How does that work?
Point you can see within 30 feet, I believe, is Misty Step. So I
guess-
don't know.
If it's through a portal, I guess you can see it.
You
Yeah.
guys will be able to go
It's
through
not
pretty
within 30.
simply.
Is that within 30 feet? I thought this is a philosophical debate.
I don't think it.
Let's
I don't. So
spend
the
an hour talking
But
about
through a
this.
portal, though, it's within 30 feet.
Let's open
portal
that
doesn't.
can
A
of worms.
portal doesn't bend space. That's the way I'm ruling. I would say is that it
Sorry.
doesn't actually bend space. The space on the other side is still in its normal space.
Okay, if I'm standing at a portal, right in front of a portal,
Uh,
and I step through it, how
Uh-huh.
far did I
Saying that.
travel?
Just pretend I
you
didn't say
traveled the distance, but the portal was. You.
But I traveled like a foot. I traveled the 5 feet.
If I
portal
step
does not
in, but
abide
this
by
is
the
this
laws
is the
of
question of if I step into a car and then drive 100 miles and then step out of the car, how far did I travel?
No, it's
How far did I
as if-
walk?
Yeah. No, that's not the same.
I'm just gonna look this up.
That's
And you must
basically
step-
how it works. That's
No,
that's how I'm.
because
That's
it's-
my logic.
Because it's an instantaneous. It's like a window. It's like.
It's a
I don't know
form
if
of
it's
transportation.
Sure,
So-
but it's not like it's not the same.
Kyle,
form of
just
transportation,
please
it's
walk
driving in a
through.
car. It's different. I feel like Misty Step should work in this case. If it's not within, because a portal does spend space, that it would have to. That's how portals work.
I think it.
Sure.
I think it works fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed this step through the portal.
Whatever. If you would do what you want, that's fine.
Nice.
I'm establishing the point for, a
Yeah,
future.
future.
This is a
Yeah.
precedent. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
a brave statement.
Sure. So
Thank
you
you.
step through the portal. You Misty step through the portal. Sure. It is its own. It is a different spell. So I think in this case, teleportation spells don't necessarily interact with each other in that way. But yes. So you step through. You each are you all just going through? Is there an order you guys are going through in, or
I think we're just gonna unga bunga in.
okay? Are
I
you
think-
guys just?
I'll be in
It
the
does say
back to
for the
push us through.
duration. It does say
That
for
can't
the
be a problem.
duration, any creature from the target planet and exit from the destination planet by using 5 feet of movement.
5 feet of movement. Sure. It's not
Or
really
back
gonna
onto
be
the
a-
teleporting thing.
It's
Yes.
fine. It's fine. So you,
Yeah.
We got away.
Only
so you guys all jump through this portal. Ah!
so you have objective space, but then you have relative space.
Oh my
You have
God.
objective
So
space, but
fast.
moving the distance.
Japnik, we all agree with you. It works.
Either the next words that come out of your mouth will have nothing to do with portals, or I'm leaving.
You guys the game last night?
Which
Anyway, there's a relative distance and an objective distance.
Loopholes, bitch. They both.
The next thing didn't. That's not on me.
That's true.
I
yeah.
followed the rules.
Stop this. Stop this.
I followed
madness.
the rules.
So you jump through. You all
Said,
collectively jump through the portal.
yes.
Land.
This better go in the highlights.
Land in a
Time
bit of
stepping and I'll think.
Make a lowlights video.
No,
That's the most
if you want a
cursed
low light
part of
video,
the
it's
stream.
only Kyle.
Yeah, it's all Kyle.
What?
It's 40
Oh,
minutes of just Kyle. And
It's
then
a
that
bit
one
Kyle.
clip of Japnik.
I can agree with some of the highlight of these sessions.
During our bio break, Japanese gonna go off the rails with this.
Yes.
He's already off the rail.
100%. I'm gonna write that down.
Yes,
So yes, you guys jump through the plant.
Except for me, I missed this step.
Fair enough. You guys all go through the plant
Because objective space versus relative space.
and onto the other side, and the crowd of Rakdok, who you had seen while you were scrying on Ring Owl, all just kind of spin, and you can see all of them are have spells at the ready. One of them instantly transforms into a giant ostrich-like bird, and they all kind of look at you. What do you guys say?
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
We
Hello
all say
there.
that. at the same
Simultaneously.
Including the
time,
baby.
obviously.
Simultaneous.
Including the baby.
Lara's just kind of what the?
Oh, we gotta teach him that. We gotta teach
We're a
him.
family now, guys. Now that we have a baby, we could just Mandalorian this shit.
Five.
Or Bad Batch.
Yeah, bad
Five.
shit.
I
5
hate
Men and
the
a
Bad
Baby.
Batch.
5 Men and a Baby. It's a sequel to Leonard Nimoy's 3 Men and a Baby.
Pain. So yes, you they kind of hello this cacophonous hello there. Loris kind of puts his hands up throws his bow off to the side and is like, "It's fine. We're friends. We're friends. We're friends. We're friends. We're
And we
friends."
established that with the hello there's. But...
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? Do you remember who Obi-Wan said that to?
No.
Leader of the droid
It
army.
eluded me at the moment, but it was a friendly gesture.
It's a friendly gesture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's true.
He kind of puts his hands up. The druids seem to all kind of calm, but not. Some of them are still holding their spells. The one who had wild shaped is still in that like giant ostrich form.
I'll
But
also
has an
wild
advantage.
shape as a sign of friendship.
What are you wild shaping into?
A fox.
Amongst a bunch of birds.
Sure.
Okay. Wild shapes. They're like, a druid. Okay. And they all most of them seem to calm down a little bit once they see that you wild shape.
Oh, so they calm down with the druid, but they don't calm down for the Ocean Master? I see how it is.
Yes!
You didn't even mention that you were Ocean Master.
All you said was hello!
They didn't recognize.
Actually, you're right. Yeah, they don't recognize the Ocean Master on sight.
They don't
SMH.
recognize Crate.
Unreal.
Crate
And I'm
Unreal.
gonna turn back into Caraway.
Okay.
Hello there.
And
Going
so
on.
yeah, one of them that seems to be one of the druids seems to be older, kind of thin gold feathers and brown eyes with like a distinctive mark on one of her wings. She kind of steps forward. I am Sparrow, and you are?
I am
Call me
Caraway.
Ocean Master.
Caraway. No,
Don't
he's
call him
Ocean
Ocean
Master.
I am the
You're
Ocean
Petra.
Master.
I'm the
I am
Master.
Ocean Master.
He's the Ocean
Everyone
Master,
here
but we're
agrees he's
all
the Ocean
Astral Master.
Okay, he's the Ocean Master, but I want you to call me Ocean Master.
That's
No,
that's
don't-
against
That's
the
not-
law.
that's-
That's
yeah,
a
that's-
federal
His name is
crime.
Henry. His name is Henry.
His name is
I-
Henry.
You may call him
Caraway.
Hen or nothing.
Yes.
I'm Caraway.
And or nothing.
Caraway Copperfin.
It's hen or nothing.
I'm Crete Isla, Master of the Colosseum, and Big Cow Man.
I
I'm
am
Lieutenant
Petra.
Zach, professional pirate.
I'm
I'll
Petra,
call
but
you
call me
Ocean.
Ocean Master.
And we're
Regardless.
all Astral Masters, but he's the only Ocean Master.
These are
You
true
can-
statements.
Good
You
job.
can see all of the druids kind of like looking between each other as you guys are introducing yourselves. Like, what the fuck is these clowns?
By the way-
Like,
Riddle something for me. So if we move through that portal,
No, shut up!
I'm spending the fucking channel points for this. I swear to God.
There
That's
goes
going on
Samir.
the banned words list, Jeff. This is a hell of your creation. Somebody pull up the banned words thing.
We lost.
band-
We lost him.
Samir died, dude.
Your
You
voice
fucking killed him,
ban.
dude.
That girl voice ban is for Japanese.
word ban. Word ban. You want word ban?
I'll do the word. That's fine. I'll
Voice
do the.
ban means you can't talk.
I'll word ban.
Ban the word
How long?
portal,
10 minutes?
please.
What,
3
the
minutes.
word ban.
The word portal.
I'll
Can we
count
ban the
now.
word portal?
3 minutes. Yes, he's muted for the next 3 minutes. While we. All right. So they're kind of like looking at each other. Who the fuck are these clowns? And they. And how did you happen to come through this portal from the Makrura temple?
We went.
Well, I had Misty stepped through it.
No.
That's how I came through.
Well, you see, we were sent to the temple. I don't remember why. Does somebody remember why? went
We
to
were
the temple
getting
first?
Henry legs.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah,
But-
that's
so
right.
I was down. I was short 2 legs.
Henry, shut
I
up.
heard.
We
Okay.
came here
So,
to get
we
him
went to-
legs.
Yes. And we discovered that the temple was overrun by enemies, which we then dispatched. Unfortunately, all of the Rathdok that we found seem to have perished.
Yeah.
We did send a bird messenger out to go and find more Rathdok to assist with the temple and all the deals within, but we have not heard anything from him since he was sent out.
Yeah. Also, I sent my owl here His name is Ringal Starigiform. Oh no, I think
He's
that
like
was,
right
days
next
ago.
to where you guys stepped through.
Oh shit, Ringal, you're here.
Ringal like flies over, lands on your little finger.
Nice. Can he poop on Petra on the way over?
Wait, what happened?
He's gonna roll for that.
Wait, make an attack roll for Ringal.
What just happened?
Wait,
so he
actually,
flew over to me.
Ricky, Petra, do a dexterity save to dodge the Ringowl shit.
I just
Do
make an attack?
Constitution poison damage if he fails.
I'm gonna hit the bird, bro.
Yes.
No, you can't.
I'm hitting the
Yeah.
bird.
He doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. When it's like that.
It doesn't matter, you're right next to me. I'm gonna pull the sword out and hit the bird.
As you pull the sword out, like 4 of the druids like ready their thorn whips again. You see them like.
Yeah, I pull the sword out, hit the bird, and put the sword away.
I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna try to like calm down the situation. Like, please, we have a bunch of idiots, but we mean you no
We have a
harm.
bunch of idiots. God bless.
I think we have one idiot.
I'm sorry, Ocean Master.
I'm
I can't
sorry.
control my bird. Yeah.
Yes, you can, literally.
Nature. Nature is a wild beast.
Nature is a wild beast, very wise. So you were saying you cleared out the temple of what enemies exactly?
They seem to have been summoned by a druid, and he stole a map to something.
There were
I believe.
ghosts.
Druid?
Star.
No, a warlock. Sorry.
A warlock.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are actually from the material plane, and we believe that the warlock that sent us here to the astral plane is the same warlock that destroyed your temple and stole your map and killed your associates.
Well, I do not know anything about this map that was stolen, but we thank you for taking care of the temple.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
We're not sure if everything is taken
Oh,
care
you're welcome.
of. There may still
Yes,
be
but
traps.
Thank you for taking our word on that.
We will. I mean, it would be quite a lie if you were to randomly appear in our temple from the portal from another temple, and then tell that kind of lie. Although I think she is going to do an insight check. I'm just going to use Laris as the reference.
How long is Japanese voice ban?
It's
3
over
minutes.
now.
Should be over now. Oh well. You guys are all telling the truth, right? There was no lies in that.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
Except for the only lie was him saying he didn't make Ringowl shit on me. Because he very blatantly did. And he literally controls his familiar.
Jack,
I think,
you
is
can
that how
speak
that
again.
works?
Japanese just having fun watching the fucking chaos. Fair enough, fair enough.
It's not bad.
Alright, so yeah, Laris is gonna say, I was actually studying on Igualu, but I came to this temple along with this group trying to get our wizard friend over there his legs back, but then we found that and I don't know what to... Could I maybe study... What temple are we in, by the way? And I wrote the name down somewhere, but I forget what it was.
Jedi Temple.
No. It was the Corvus Temple. That's right.
Isn't that a planet in Star Wars?
Yeah.
Probably.
Corvus?
Probably.
The inner core. Yeah.
This.
Corvus is also the scientific name of a raven, by the way.
Yeah, it's a
Hmm.
crow, I think. No.
Crow, yeah.
Cool.
Corvus Temple. So that's the temple you're in.
Forest. Yep, it's
Um,
a forest planet. It's the home to the city of Caladan. Around 9 ABY, the former Jedi Ahsoka Tano could be found on the planet, a fact known to an old ally of Tano, the Mandalorian Bo-Katan Kryze.
Cries.
Kiers. Cries? I thought it was Kiers.
Kryze.
Whatever.
I think it's cries.
Interesting.
I think it's Cruise.
Who
Oh
cares?
no, he's right. Yeah, it's Kreese.
I thought it was Kazay.
Crees. Immigrated species. Togruta human. Fauna. Convorloth cat. Unidentified herbivore. Primary language Galactic Basic.
Cool.
Oh my gosh. So yes, would you like to be shown to some rooms, or
Yes, please.
we
Actually
are
taking the long rest of the
also?
day.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you know exactly where you are. It seems like you just kind of jumped through that portal.
That's exactly what we did.
We are right next to the city of Autobahn.
Autobahn,
Autobots?
like the highway.
No, Autobahn, like the Bird Society.
How does that
So
spell?
von Bismarck.
How do
Autobahn?
you spell that?
Autobahn Bismarck.
Autobahn.
Who's that again?
Autobahn.
Otto von
Okay.
Bismarck was the Chancellor of Germany who
Mhm.
reunified Germany.
Yep.
He's the inventor of real
He was the
politique.
second Reich, right? Technically.
I don't know.
He was, yeah, he proceeded, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's technically the
Because
second
you
Reich.
play as him in Civilization because they didn't want to make Hitler playable.
Which is entirely reasonable.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, he was.
Sure.
Did you just sure Hitler being playable to being unreasonable? Of all the things to sure, I feel like that's not what you sure.
All right. Anyway,
Yes.
Anyway, back to 11.
Yeah, so I
we
think
gotta, we
anyway,
gotta stop with that, guys.
To ban Kyle for
What the
3 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not
Pain.
even funny. That's the worst part of it.
All
I
right.
just said 9/11. Understand what all the hubbub is.
All right. So yes, you guys could be shown to rooms here, or you guys could go into the city of Autobahn, which is it's actually the same city that you guys had come in from when you, or actually no, it's not. I'm thinking of a different city. It is a spaceport city. There is a spaceport, but it is a different one than the one you guys had arrived in. And so if you guys want to go out into the city, there's some places where foreigners can stay. There's some taverns, and
I think we should stay here for now.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
Yeah.
there are some things we'll probably need to discuss with our bird associates.
yes, I think we can show you to rooms, and then if you'd like to discuss any next steps or anything else that you remember about the temple, we can discuss that in the morning.
Excellent.
Very well.
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
that should be our plan of action.
Yeah, there's probably about 2 hours until sunset. At this point, or I'll say it's exactly 2 hours until sunset. Because keen mind. So yes, you each are shown to some rooms. They're similar to the rooms that you had seen in the Makrura temple that you guys had come from. And they are kind of all like hexagonal, and you guys are able to fit into one room, except Laris goes to a different room from you guys because it fits. Actually, no, you guys are able to fit because there's 6.
Let's go.
So yeah, the 6 of you are all able to stay in the one room. Each of the walls about 10 feet hexagonal, and there is a small garden in the middle. And
Small garden. Oh, garden. Okay.
couple of simple plants, some flowers, some berries, and the Rakdok who escorts you says that you may help yourself to the plants. They are all edible,
Ah,
and that they can
delicious.
Like one of the
regrown.
Chocolate factory.
Can I collect some
Oh, I
of the
love that
plants to use as materials for treats?
Sure. And yeah, you guys are able to have a pretty simple dinner of plants and of fruits and vegetables. And then, is there anything you guys would like to discuss before you go to bed?
Perhaps we discuss our plan of action. Do we want to?
Yeah.
Larius, you plan on staying here and potentially going back to the temple, correct?
I think that'll be my next step. Yes.
Okay, so I think our plan of action involves finding the Mind Flayer, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we know the name of the Mind Flayer, and we know where you guys found said Mind Flayer. So we have some leads there. I think that tomorrow we should go try to begin following said leads.
How are you guys gonna get off the planet?
That's a good
Like I
question.
said, begin
That's
following
what-
said leads.
Yeah.
That sounds like a problem
There-
for me tomorrow.
There's
If
the
you-
town. We could go in and try searching for a place that may have a
Ooh.
way off.
Mhm.
Also, question out of character question for you guys. Would you like to take Loris along with you?
I wouldn't mind
'Cause
bringing
that
Lars
is-
wrong.
Because that is an option. Let me pull up I have a strongholds and followers. He could be one of your followers, your first follower.
That'd be cool.
I'm
If you
down.
guys would like.
How would that
Um,
work? Would it just be
Looking
you
at the,
playing?
I'm finding the rules real quick. Basically, he would tag along with you. He is there's some limits to his loyalty. I would probably pass over his stat sheet in combat to one of you. He's pretty simple. He has just a couple spells and some items. Let me find my followers, but I have it's being really laggy for a second. I'll pull up better rules, but basically you are where's the first start of followers? He would get some of the loot, or he would probably ask for some of the loot, but he would be willing to be helpful, basically. Is there not there is a thing here.
We don't have any loot, so we're good to go.
Exactly.
I was gonna say you guys are very broke. All right, so basically, retainers. I have him a little bit higher level, but you guys are level 5, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Mhm.
he's level 5 right now, approximately. He'll act on whichever one of you's initiative you want. Actually, I'll just run him as a normal NPC because his stat sheet's pretty simple,
Right. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Real quick.
right?
Great.
So yeah, he has
So portals.
no, please.
Are you not taking a bio break? Okay. I shall bide my time.
So yes, you guys can keep if you guys want to keep Lars will be willing to go along with you. But
And
he
what if
will.
you're training?
I think that what I've learned is that maybe just being in action would be better training than being in a temple. I mean, all of the training of all those druids, it didn't really help them, did it? A lot of them still died,
true.
right?
Very true.
Fair point.
And I mean, I knew people in this temple. I don't know if I'd call them friends, but contacts. I don't want to admit this, but whoever did this, I think I want. He kind of lowers his voice. I want revenge.
Nice.
I understand that.
We can dig that.
I know druids aren't supposed to think that way, but if he's dangerous like this, there's no telling what he could do if he got any more powerful than he already is.
I'm gonna turn to Caraway. I'm gonna say we could use more help. The last time we fought him, we didn't end so well.
Well, you're welcome to come with us, if you so wish. And I'm gonna send a message to him telepathically, saying, "But this is the path that revenge leads you down," and just like point to Crete.
And he can mentally reply, right?
Yes.
He's gonna mentally reply. Well, if that's the path, I think there's worse things I could become.
See the horns, right?
I mean, he like has feathers.
Are they more antlers?
She
now?
ate a brain.
Horn?
She ate a brain. Like a person's brain.
I did.
Nice.
I think I can handle it.
Eating a brain?
No, revenge. I think once this is done, I'll come back and everyone will think I'm a hero for killing this
Everyone
person.
thinks they can handle it.
So
I
none
need
of
to-
us
I
can
need
hear
to-
this conversation happening around.
Neither of you can do that. He says this part out loud. He kind of looks at Caraway and then says out loud, "I need to do this, I think. And if you guys will have me along, I'm happy to be of help, whatever I can be. I'm not as strong as you, but I have some tricks up my sleeve."
Astral Masters.
We
Sidebar?
could all. Yeah,
We get a huddle.
we could always use more associates.
Mhm.
And by associates, I mean, we can look around to make sure you can't hear us. Meat shields.
That's true.
That's
is
so
very true.
cursed.
Well,
Am I wrong or am I wrong?
I have some worries about. How old is Laris, by the way?
I mean, I guess since Caraway has like some experience with Rakdok lived to be about like at the very oldest like 100, except for druids because their lifespans are unnaturally extended.
Yeah.
But you'd guess he's probably like just becoming an adult.
Okay.
So he's like the human equivalent of an 18-year-old, but he's like Rakdok mature a little bit younger.
I have.
So he's like the same age as me.
A little, yeah, kind of.
a little older,
He's like
right?
similar maturity range. He's a little bit older maturity. Elves also live a lot longer than
Clearly.
Rakdok.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I have some reservations about the boy. I don't believe his motivations are quite. Well, needless to say, I think the path he wishes to go down isn't the right one. But on the other hand, if we don't take him along, it's possible that he'll find passage in some other way. And if he comes along with us, at least we can guide him.
Yes. I think it would be better to bring us than to leave him to his own devices.
I agree.
Yeah. Plus, we work well as a team. I think. Is that true? Really?
Good enough.
I mean,
I don't think it's not true.
he was pretty helpful in some of those fights.
What is he
Yeah,
again?
true.
What class is he?
He's like a ranger-ish.
Ranger
Oh, his
druid,
bow.
He's
Right.
like he's like a yeah. I mean, he's kind of a ranger. He's like ranger. It would be the closest that would be.
Hmm.
Primarily uses a bow, but he also has a few spells that he has access to.
Mm.
Yeah, why not?
Use more range, more practical range.
The more, the merrier.
Very well.
No, sure, why not?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna get out of the huddle.
Okay.
We're
We're
just,
gonna approach
back
the
down.
bird.
Very well. Whenever we set out, you're welcome to join us.
Cool.
You're welcome.
I won't let you guys down.
Hmm.
So what are we doing next? How are we getting off the planet?
I assume our next step would be to go to town and ask around. Maybe they know something.
There is a ship port out of Audubon. I know that. That's actually where I left from when I traveled to Igualu. But I don't know ship passage. I don't know how much. I don't have any money.
We don't
Do we have any-
much either.
Yeah, I'm
Actually.
sure that we'll be able to take care of that.
Okay.
The
And
whole
then we're
rubber
going
bands.
after this mind flayer.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know where did you guys meet this guy?
That's a good question. I'm gonna turn to my associates. Where did you guys meet this guy?
At the dinner table.
Yeah, during the fight. After the fight.
True. To refresh your memory, it was on the world called the Hub, which is in the center of the galactic system that you guys are in.
Yeah.
That's where Crete was the.
That was where Crete was the fighter. Yep.
Yeah.
The
And
hub? That's
the
kind of
Hub.
cursed.
God damn it! Like.
What?
I said that's kind of cursed.
God.
Wow.
It's just the truth.
Intro
all thinking like
plays.
that Pornhub intro music.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm just saying what's on all of our minds. That it's cursed.
I hadn't thought of that until now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn it, Ricky.
I'm sorry, I have no context. I wasn't there for when this happened.
That is true. That is true. He was not there.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
anyway.
So, are we gonna
Why
go
don't
back
we, why
there?
don't we rename it right now to
The middle.
X videos.
Was
We-
Spank Bank.
Oh my god.
The
The
browser.
fake.
The browser.
r// dumpster sluts.
Yes. That's an OG reference right there.
That's a danger reference.
That's a good one.
That's like a 6-year-old League of Legends video reference.
Who was he playing with in that video?
I have no idea. It doesn't matter. Probably what the high.
Oh my god, what the hi?
This is too cursed. We're
Yeah, we need
really
to stop right
Yeah, this
now.
ends now.
So yes, is that what we're planning on going, or do we want to try and figure out something else? I mean, or do we want to just go into the city and see what happens?
Well, I'm assuming we want to get there as fast as possible, so he doesn't have time to move places.
Yes.
So,
Are we planning
whichever.
on getting money? Is that,
I have some
is
money.
that
I think for the moment we might wish to offer ourselves as workers aboard a ship
Yes.
to get off the planet.
could we ask
Very well.
like the rack dock around here if there's
And
a
then
job that
perhaps
needs to be
we can
done?
offer our services in the hub, as it were.
Why? Why do you take all of my names? Oh,
I just said what we
I know.
might
I
have
know.
an idea of doing. We could offer our services in the hub. That is an option.
That's fine.
Oh, that sentence is so cursed though.
We could like clean the decks of ships, get on our knees, and just sort of
Okay, stop.
scrub.
Stop right there.
Demonetized so fast.
Whatever comes up, you know,
Kill me.
whatever people are into at the hub, we can sort of cater to their needs, as it were. In
Even
some
if it
way.
means me taking a chubby, I will suck it.
I've had
Read
no
my
complaints
autobiography,
about my
The
head.
Man Inside of Me. Oh god.
Okay.
So yes,
We can cook. We can cook aboard a ship. Give the people at the hub a sausage in the mouth.
Anyway.
Oh my god, I found the video, and do you remember Kiai Mundi?
Oh, God.
Scrotum head.
Who could forget?
That one is cursed.
All right. Anyway,
What
So
video?
yes, you guys are gonna offer your services to whatever the whims of the hub people are.
Yes.
Oh god.
Yes.
Why did you say that sentence?
We just need money.
You guys
Yeah.
do need money.
offering our
You
services.
can be a servant. In the
Wow.
You
movie.
guys could, you guys could
Money
like, sir.
is
You
but
guys
an
could.
object needed to get the things we need. If we can get the things without it, then we're good to go.
And we have like a decent amount of money.
Yeah,
I
we
have
have like
50.
no money.
I have 50 gold pieces.
I have 5 gold pieces.
I have 38
Yeah.
pieces.
I got 10.
I have 50.
Why do I have
Where
5?
did you guys get all the gold? I don't even remember.
I think I got
I
most
stole
of
it.
it from the
Yeah, I don't
Coliseum.
remember, bro.
Yeah, you got
It's
it from the
fine.
Coliseum.
Yeah, I definitely
Oh,
got
that's
mine
where
from the
he got his.
Coliseum.
Yeah.
I got it pirated.
Maybe we don't even need the gold. We can just go get revenge.
You need gold more than any of us. Isn't that a
Yeah,
thing
but I'll
wizards
just-
need?
Mooch it off of you guys because you guys are generous.
I
Kind.
mean, you are also
Our
So
a
gold.
druid with revivify, so you guys need gold for material
Yeah.
components like that.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Perhaps we can sell
you.
eternally aflame blades. I just need to get my hands on some ruby dust, and then we can sell them for a profit.
We could also sell. I'm gonna like jerk my head over to the bird person.
See, with ruby
And, like,
dust,
shrug.
I can cast eternal flame.
I feel like the sword is influencing my decisions. The sword's like you can sell the bird.
Tell him for what? It's not for
Ring of
killing.
power.
Why
Well,
don't
you need
just
money to kill.
What? No, you don't. You just need me.
I mean, in this society.
Can you make a charisma
No.
save for me, Ricky?
Oh, true. Oh no.
Just-
I should never bring up the sword.
That's a fail. Yeah, the sword just appears
Hey,
in
wait,
your
whoa,
hand.
whoa, whoa. That's a fail.
11?
I thought that was.
It's
The number.
10. It's 10 plus your hexblade level, and your hexblade
Oh,
2,
okay, I'm
right?
2 now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So your hexblade 2. So yeah,
Mhm.
that fails. The sword appears in your hand just as you're all talking in the middle of this room. It just forms in your hand. You don't have to take any actions. It just appears, ready
Oh.
to kill.
Wait, can I put the sword away, or is it
Petra?
still?
No, you can put it away. You can put it away. It
Yeah, I'll just put it away, like immediately afterwards. Be like, oh,
A bit premature
I'm just
of you,
gonna
wasn't
telepathically send. I'm gonna like speak to him telepathically. Hey, what the fuck?
Kara
like,
is just
I'm sorry.
like this
sorry.
close to like running away from this group before they kill each other.
it's a rough world out there, man.
It's
The
a
sword. I'm like a crackhead, but for the swords. Violence.
that?
Can we make an inside check?
Sure. What are you checking? What are you trying to glean?
I just want to
from
know,
this?
how reliant is he on the sword right now? Like, how bad has it gotten?
Sure, make an insight
His
check.
drug addiction.
The 15.
15. What does he get with a 15, Ricky?
When it comes to the aspect of murder, very reliant on the sword. When it comes to the aspect of everything else, not as reliant on the sword. Like, the sword is slowly gaining more control over me, but at an almost imperceptible rate.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And that's all with a 15, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna like message both of them, but like Crete, Henry and Zach. We need to have a conversation about Petra the sword
Yes.
soon.
An
I've been
intervention.
saying that for a while.
I've only been with you for a day.
Yes.
True.
I believe we can't put this off for much longer, especially if we are going into battle. Actually,
Well,
for that
well,
reasons,
it's a nice
probably
sword.
better have it.
It's
I-
useful.
I do believe once we get back to our plane of existence, we should take care of this sword situation for good.
Have an intervention.
Yes, for sure by then.
Okay. Can I have you all make a perception check for me real quick?
Sure. It's my first roll of the night.
well,
Nice.
Same.
Damn, 12, a 4 and a 2. Oh, Lieutenant Zach, nice.
Not bad. Not bad.
Okay. Yeah, it was a really high DC actually. But
Right.
4 of you passed. Wow. So yeah, as Caraway's like spending his whole mental energy like messaging each of you about this intervention, you guys all kind of hear like a impact. It's not loud. It sounds almost like a tree falling over, like several miles away. It's like loud, but you can't. It seems like it was a loud sound, but it was far away. But you guys don't see anything. There's like an opening out in one direction from your quarters that is open air, and you guys can see kind of the like fading lights of the town in the night, but you don't see anything as you guys look out the window. Yeah.
And Ringowl to check it out.
So where are you sending Ringowl?
Up.
Just up
and
into
a
the
little
air?
bit a little bit towards the
Right.
direction of the sound. Can we
Sure.
tell what direction it came from?
I'll say that you probably you rolled a 20, so I'll say you probably get that it was like somewhat. So the temple is to the east of the town, and the sound was to the north of the town.
Okay, so it's
So
to
you're
our
gonna send-
northwest.
from us.
So yeah, it'd be about like
Yeah.
northwest from you guys. And so have a Ringowl make me a perception check.
Alright. Ringowl. Perception.
That's an advantage, right?
Yes,
Oh,
and that's a 7.
wow.
Feels bad.
God.
So yeah, Ringowl
Come on, Ringo.
isn't really able to
Ow.
see very much. It's dark and there's like a very large swath of forest beyond the town, and the plant cover seems to just be too much for Ringowl. There's not really evidence of anything out there that you can see, that Ringowl can see.
Alright. I'll send him back.
Okay.
Thanks for nothing, dumb bird.
It shits in your hand.
Do a Constitution
Does
save.
Does the
I wipe
shit
it
also
on-
go away if he
sneezes.
vanishes it?
The only one way to find out.
Okay, that's it. You're being banished for 30 minutes.
Okay.
A banishment.
Can I
Ringowl
reverse
ban.
no card that?
10,000 channel points.
All right.
Did the shit disappear though?
Yes, the shit disappeared. Also
What?
off of Petra.
That's insane. I don't think that's how. I think that's not how the system works.
Okay, but it has
That's
to
how-
reappear again when
Again,
the
there's
bird comes
objective
back.
space and there's relative space, right?
Oh
Okay.
god.
Not entirely unlike
Okay,
So-
I'm sorry.
I take it all back.
All right. Anyway,
Alright. So yes, are you guys doing anything else before you go to bed, or you just want to get to the next morning?
I'm gonna pitch him my plan. Okay. So if I had 50 gold pieces worth of ruby dust, I could cast continual flames on any number of objects that would then be useful for other explorers.
Not consumed?
It's until the it spell consumes it per item. Yeah.
Okay.
Which we can then sell at a profit. That's what I'm saying. We have a side business where I sell continually flamed objects to travelers and explorers.
Magic.
This sounds like a good hustle.
Yeah.
Ballads of the Lost Empire, the side hustle.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like our adventuring gig is the side hustle, and this is gonna be the real hustle.
Yes, precisely. We could run a trading ship, and on
Revenge
the
is a
side,
hobby.
Yeah, revenge
Do
is
that.
a hub.
yeah, we could do this as a main thing, and then on the side, we go after the mind flayer.
Wow.
Yeah, well, going after the mind flayer would take up most of our time, so it would seem like it's the main thing.
I don't
It's
think
definitely not going to be
This
our
is the
main
side hustle.
money
This is a
maker.
side hustle. Granted, yes, yeah.
Alright.
This is what funds the operation.
Yeah,
I feel like we don't have a lot of time to get the mind flare though.
Well, that's why it's the main hustle, but we need funding, so this can be the funding
hustle.
source, the money source. Because a sword that's continually lit or a torch that can never go out, people would pay 60 gold pieces for that. That's a 10 gold piece profit per unit right there.
Okay.
This is what my campaign has become.
That's what happens if you don't fucking pay us.
True. This is a
What
hell
do
of
you
your own
mean?
creation.
You guys flaked out on the jobs that you were offered.
We killed a whale. We never got compensated for that.
Well, the ship
True.
crashed, so
Yeah, but we were paid, but we never got
Yeah.
we never saw any coin from that.
Timothy got
We were
paid.
reporting it to the union.
Yeah, where's my workers' comp?
Yes.
Mind flayers eat people. There's no union.
They
Hey,
can't have a.
If you don't
can
pay
have good-
people for killing whales, they're gonna go off and found side hustles.
Show
selling
that on
torches.
stream.
Show what? Oh, wait, hang on.
It's the
They eat
it's
people,
the,
but they can have
The
benefits to
dumpster
their
sluts
employers.
thing? Is that what you're showing me, Ricky?
Why?
it's the fourth law of economics. Four natural laws of economics. Law of self-interest.
God,
law
why
of
is he showing the
competition.
r/dumpster sluts?
Just because they eat people doesn't mean they can't have good quality of life for their workers.
Yeah.
Excuse
Adam
me?
Smith, four laws of economics: law of self-interest, law of competition, law of supply and demand. And if you don't pay your workers for killing whales, they'll go off and find side hustles selling torches that never go out.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Start a revolution. Like communism didn't work.
Yes. Yeah.
r/dumps. What?
Okay, we gotta get off.
Yeah, I'm all
We gotta get off
confused.
our slash dump slut, folks.
Yeah,
All right.
Uh,
Okay. Anyway,
Oh,
so what do you say? It's an idea. It's sort of a side business we could take. I'm saying for now we should probably find some work on a ship. By the way, did no one get paid for working on the ship?
I don't think I got paid for working on the ship.
I don't think I got paid either.
Yeah,
well,
did,
he
I was a
was
lieutenant, I
getting
get paid.
paid. I mean, the ship didn't really make the job that you guys were hired to do wasn't complete, and then the
we
ship
stole a
crashed,
whale. We
destroying
killed and
everything.
stole a whale.
I cut
Where
it
the
in
money
half.
go?
The ship
Yes.
crashed.
But we got paid beforehand. Where's that gold? Who got that gold?
Did we?
Well, that can be the next quest, going after fucking
We chased back
captain.
the crew like,
We're doing
where's
that
our
first.
money?
for your back pay.
We're doing that first.
Yeah, we're gonna become the mafia. People owe us money, we're gonna break their kneecaps. Simple as that.
All right.
Except
so
it won't be their kneecaps.
I'm gonna skip us to the next day because I have a way for you guys to make money, but you guys have to go to bed to do it.
No, we're
Wait,
selling
so would this be
torches.
the
We
second
established
day
this
after
already.
the baby?
I
Wilson?
refuse any other option. We're selling torches.
You know how much
Listen,
a normal
this-
torch costs?
It never goes out. It works underwater. It's a
Wilson, is this my
torch
second day having the baby?
that works
Yes, I
underwater.
believe so. This will be your second day.
Okay, cool.
What
let's-
would you
let's
pay
just,
for a flaming torch that works underwater in
SpongeBob.
medieval era, or I guess steampunk era ish kind of here? That's a useful ass object there.
Is it morning
Yeah.
yet?
Follow the road.
Are we awake yet?
This is me like to people on the street as they're like walking by.
And you're like arguing with them. You're like, this is useful, damn it.
It is useful. How is it? I
It's
dare
worth
one
60
person to
gold?
dissuade me. Yes, it's 50 gold worth of material just to make it. Of course,
How
it's
mu-
worth 60 gold.
How much money is that in like dollars? Theoretically.
Oh, that don't convert it. It doesn't make any sense.
What is it? The-
Wait, could you light something on fire
I think
with
it's
the
like
continual flame?
$600. No, it doesn't work as an actual flame.
Oh, then
It
I don't
provides light.
No, one gold is like $100.
You have dark vision, Crete?
I do not.
Well, there you go. Now, you know what? I'm not casting produce flame for you anymore. Pay up, fucker.
Please, I'm
Hey,
your
up,
fucking meat shield. Just let me see, dude.
All right.
We have a new meat shield who can probably see at night because he's a bird.
Probably.
I don't
yeah.
remember if Loris has dark vision.
Oh,
I
do
think
any-
he does.
I think most of us don't have dark vision, so
I
Yeah.
I thought most of us did.
Yeah, I
No,
thought
I
Loris
think
most
does
of
have
them
dark
elves,
vision.
you know, the elves do, and that's it.
Yep.
Oh, did the robot you have that
No,
dark vision?
Nope.
Or rather, the suit of armor you? I know robot's an offensive term to some.
Some sentient
Android.
Yeah, did you know the word Robotnik comes from some word that, or
Slave, yeah.
robot means slave
Yeah.
in like
I think
ancient Slavic words.
I think we've said that before on stream. I could have
Yeah.
sworn
Yeah,
we talked-
it's a bit we have to repeat over and over because that's what they do.
Oh yeah, each episode. Yeah, we do it again. Got it.
Yeah.
So let's go to bed, and we'll
Yes.
discuss the torch side business tomorrow.
We're still awake.
I'd really, I'd really like to think that Caraway just forgets about it in the morning.
Yeah.
Is there a
we'll
spell we
never
can use,
forget.
Kyle?
Can't wait, she'll never forget.
We're continuing this
What?
conversation in the morning, and then we never get back to the conversation.
Yeah, who has one of those like the flash like memory wipe things from Men in Black?
Men in
Oh,
Black.
yeah.
God damn it. All right. So yeah, you guys take your long rest. If you had anything expended, you can get it back. The next day, you hear a little bit of buzz going on around the tower, and Loris seems to have woken up before all of you and returned. Guys, that sound we heard last night. It was a meteor.
What sound?
What?
Oh, right, the sound last night.
The
I
like
haven't heard about you.
explosion thing.
So, like, yeah, it's a meteor landed on the planet.
Oh.
How big
I
was it?
think nobody knows yet. They haven't
Perhaps we
found
go-
it.
Perhaps
There
we
are
go
people
find
out
it.
looking.
Perhaps we murder the people who look
Perhaps,
that view us.
Perhaps.
perhaps
that-
the meteor is made of ruby.
Perhaps the meteor is made of gold.
Perhaps the
Perhaps
meteor
the
can take us
ruby.
to our destination.
Well, I don't think that's how meteors work because it's already landed. So
What if I
Throw
threw it
it
into
really
space and jumped
Perhaps
onto
the
it?
meteor.
What is a
is
meteor?
you can
made
do it in
of
Path.
Not a
You can do
rock.
that in Pathfinder.
We gotta
bless.
play Pathfinder again.
Wait, but the
Fuck.
meteor could have like creatures like in a quiet place.
You could be like
Perhaps the
Ah.
meteor.
Can I
is
pull a
cold.
mercenary towel?
the
From
play, the
Dragon
quiet
Ball?
place.
Yes.
Could I pull the mercenary towel from Dragon Ball where he like chucks a tree and then jumps on the tree as a form of transportation?
Isn't that a thing in like Fortnite?
It's like
I
it's
don't
like Thor's
think
hammer. He throws
Breath
it
of the
and
Wild.
he's strapped onto it, so he like.
No. He
flies
throws it and then he jumps onto it.
Hey, you know that in Breath of the Wild, you can like
Oh my
hit
God.
things, like freeze, and then jump on them and then fly off. It's great.
It's still going though. He just gets enough momentum to get onto it and then just rides it places. That's like his
Is there a
whole
reason
thing.
that couldn't work? Theoretically,
No.
I just it
I
just
think
feels
it could
like
work, right?
I don't think so.
I just feel like at that point
think it
just
could.
jump around.
Yeah, but like if you don't feel like it for whatever reason, I think you can do that, like in terms of physics, because there's relative space. and
God
there's-
damn it, dude.
All
right. Anyway,
So yes, what do you guys want to? What are you guys doing right
quit.
now? Do you guys want to go
I
after the
made-
meteor, or do you guys want to go into town?
I'm
Meteor.
finishing up my treats.
I think we gotta go meteor. The town is eternal, but
We should
meteors
go
are
with the
temporary.
meteor option.
True.
The
I just
town-
finished making
yes.
my treats and I'm ready to
The
go.
opposite,
Cool.
actually.
What'd you make this time?
What? What do you mean the
Um,
opposite?
I made some little lettuce
Um,
wraps.
Lettuce
No.
wrap.
Towns.
Lettuce
The town will be there.
Not always.
The
good.
meteor might be taken away.
I'm gonna grab some of the plants too to
Right,
use
but-
for more treats later.
Towns in general are not eternal, and meteors are.
Meteors are specific.
Because-
Meteors are not eternal. I guess the idea
Yeah,
of
but
meteors, but then the idea of towns is probably
meteors.
also eternal.
Well, no, because what if?
I'm assuming you guys are having this
Humanity.
conversation as
Yeah,
you guys
as
walk
we're
down.
walking.
the
Yeah,
tower.
as
yeah.
we're going
Yep.
to the meteor.
So you guys make it out of the tower. Can I have you guys make a survival check as you're trying to find the meteor?
All of us, or just
Well,
one
this
of
is going to
us?
be actually. We'll just make this a skills challenge real quick.
Oh, okay.
DC is going to be 14. How are you guys trying to find the meteor? And it's just going to be 3 successes.
I'll use survival. I'll get in like my starry form,
Okay,
and then I'll like
so you'll cheat at the
yes,
skill check.
correct. Hey, I'll use abilities that I have to succeed.
I know, that's acceptable.
I'll cast guidance
Um,
on someone.
Yeah.
So yeah, so let's just start with the survival. What's the lowest you can roll? Is a 10? Is that right?
the lowest I can roll is an 18.
Okay, so you just auto succeed.
Correct. Blue.
So you get 1 success as you enter your starry. What starry form is that? The dragon.
The dragon.
So yeah, you
Yeah, like,
enter
on
the.
my face. It's like a constellation that kind of looks like a dragon, and I'll sort of check the wildlife around us for signs of like footprints that ran away from a certain location,
Mhm.
like scared animals, for example.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
check, like if I can see from a distance like a thicket where trees have maybe been downed,
Mhm.
like trees are thinner than the area around it.
Yeah, so you're able to see kind of through the story form. It kind of highlights in the ground that there are some footprints that are running away from the a spot in the forest. It's hard to tell. You guys are still pretty far away from it, but you are able to make your way in that direction. Do you want to just roll just to see what you get? Because if you get better in 18, then I might be able to tell you something else.
Sure.
Mm.
17.
So yeah,
So I got an 18.
yeah, just an 18. So yeah, that's what you're able to get from that. You get your 1 success.
I can give guidance to whoever else.
Okay.
I can.
Who's going next?
Can I use athletics as to like climb trees and get like a higher view?
That's what I was gonna say.
Sure.
I'll give him
Make
guidance.
an athletics check with guidance, right?
Yeah, D4.
Sure.
Oh well.
That's funny. Yeah. You kind of like Mulan, like climb the tree, and you toss down the medallion, and the whole crowd cheers as the "Make a man out of you." And, so yeah, and you are able to see in the distance, probably like 2 or 3 miles away, that there is a crater in the dense forest. It is about 100 feet in diameter, of just like fallen trees and cratered out earth, and a few singe marks on the forest around it. And it's hard to make out from your location, but you think you can tell that there is a meteor in the middle of that, or a large chunk of something in the middle of it.
I'm gonna call down to my party and say, I think we're on the right track.
Okay. And who's going next?
Perception to perceive where the meteor hit.
I go next.
Sure, and you can take
Can I
guidance
cast
on that.
guidance?
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Ooh, gotta roll a 3 or
D4.
4.
Roll a d4.
Roll a
Mhm.
d4.
50-50.
Nope.
Yeah. Lieutenant Zach, it's surprisingly hard to tell because the forest is super dense, and from where you are, you're not able to make out the locations of anything that would lead you closer to the final location. Also, can I get a marching order real quick? You guys can just move yourself. Oh, actually, I'll move us onto back onto this map real quick.
Well, I'm gonna be first, obviously.
Yeah. I'll be second.
Right. First.
Put Loris
fourth.
here, and then put Petra in the back. Okay.
Yeah.
And for that failure, it's a 6. Nothing happens. And yeah, you guys are making your way down that way. Who is going next?
How many do we need to get?
It's a 14.
I don't have any skills that would make
I
sense.
What skills do you have?
I have persuasion. I can persuade us to go slightly in a different direction.
What else do you have
You can
proficiency in?
Let Kyle go.
Yeah, sure.
And ring guidance.
Um,
I'm also gonna cast guidance on ring guidance.
to do what skill? Because you guys have already done
We
perception,
already
so
did
it's got to be a different
perception.
skill.
Oh, is that how it works? Okay.
Yep.
I have religion.
Can I?
I can pray.
Really?
What about Arcana? Is magical meteor?
You can roll an Arcana
I don't,
check
like,
for me.
sense it. Okay. With guidance.
Yeah, get your guidance.
Yeah, guidance. Engaged.
Yeah.
15, yeah. You are this meteor. You're able to see kind of like. I don't know how to explain this as Arcana, but you are able to, through the kind of magical patterns that naturally occur in the Ethereum, you're able to recognize that some of those patterns have influenced the direction of the movement of the meteor.
What?
And it seems in some way that it might have been intentional. And as you are able to trace this path through the sky, you guys step into the clearing, and there in the center of the clearing, there is a large, probably about 5-foot radius, about 10-foot diameter, chunk of what seems to be metal in the center of this enormous crater, about 100 feet in diameter. Also,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Also, as you guys step in, you see that there are a couple of humanoid figures already standing near this meteor, kind of like circling around it. Not touching it yet, but and from where you are, you can tell that they are definitely not Rakdok.
I'm
Does
gonna
the
ask
meteor-
the bird. Does he know if just Rakdok went out to go find it, or was this expected that non-Rakdok would have found it at this point?
Well, basically, this is a spaceport, so
Yeah.
I assume that there's probably some foreigners here. And I don't think anyone would have stopped them from going after it. But if that's, I guess that was their prerogative. I don't know if we sent any Rakdok out after it, but if they found it first, these are lizard folk. They're from native to Igualu.
Well,
Are you guys like
does
trying
the-
to hide from them at this point, or are you guys just out in the open?
Does the well, before we get to that, does the meteor exhibit any ruby-like qualities?
It seems to be like a dull metal at this point.
Natural or
It
man-made?
seems to be like it seems it seems to be natural on the outside at least.
Okay.
From what parts you can see. Are you guys trying to hide from these lizard folk, or are you guys trying to not hide? Just be, or are you not trying to hide?
I'll try to hide, but I don't know
Yeah,
how well I can do
I
it.
guess I'll try to hide.
Well,
You're just hiding
should we
amongst the
bother?
trees.
Should we bother? Hiding never
Wait.
worked.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's just not
I have
hide.
hiding
Let's just-
spells.
Let's just
I
walk
have
up.
spells- I
Oh,
have
you do have
spells
pass
that
without
can
trace, right?
hide us.
Whatever.
Anyways,
What can we really get out of this
invisibility,
situation by hiding? Let's just walk up to him.
Yeah, let's just walk
Yeah,
up.
fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at the caraway and be like, should I bring my sword out now or should I wait? I feel like the sword. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like the sword's like bitching in my head, like you motherfucker.
They're trying to take what's yours. They're trying to take what's yours. Don't let them get away with it. And so yes, you guys, do you like say anything as you're walking out? Because they kind of turn to you and they seem to take like a defensive posture. And
I think we all know what we're thinking.
All
I know that.
I was gonna do a countdown, but all right.
Oh, go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
No, it's
On go.
ruined now.
it's ruined.
Next time it's on go though.
Samir, are you intentionally muted?
Samir's dead.
Oh well.
No.
We stepped
Yep.
out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it won't work over a video call anyway.
Oh, it's gonna be
We've
so
got time,
awful
but-
over a video call. I know it.
Sure. Next time we can do a countdown. Okay. Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
know
we
that.
do that.
Okay,
I
you
know
guys. They kind of turn. This is ours, by right of discovery. Move along.
What if I said no?
No.
This is how our laws work. You will leave. This is ours.
How many are
This
there,
is
by
not
the way?
your world.
That's not what I said. I said, what if I said no?
It's irrelevant
answer
how your
my
laws
question.
work. It's irrelevant how your laws work. This is not your world.
This meteor is not from this world.
I don't think that's how it
Again.
works.
How many of them are there?
There are 6 of them. One of them seems to be a little bit bigger than the others, and one of them wears kind of druidic robes and has a staff.
Listen, now you might be a fancy astral planer, but I'm well versed with the law.
And I'm back. Sorry.
Not this
Oh,
law
that's good.
specifically, granted, but when an object from outside an area is found within an area, it is subject to the laws of the area in which it is found.
That is not how our laws work.
Your laws are relevant. It's not your world.
It's true.
Our law is
I'm gonna agree with that.
we are from our planet, so our law is only relevant to us.
Incorrect. That's not how laws function.
That is how our
You're
laws
on
function.
a planet, irrelevant, because that is not how this world's laws function. When you are on this planet, you are subject to its laws.
How big is the meteor, by the way?
It is about 10 feet in diameter, and it's roughly spherical. So it would be based on do any of you have any particular knowledge of like heavy metals, like metals?
I mean,
Wrath of God is
I
pretty
don't-
good.
I
Maybe
don't.
Metallica in college, but other than that, I don't think Caraway
On
really.
a Sabbath.
I listen to quite a
What,
bit
dude?
of- I listen
You'd
to-
probably
Pink
guess
Floyd's
based
not
on
heavy metal. What?
pretty simply just looking at it from what you can see, it would probably weigh like at least 20 to 100 tons, depending on the
What is
metal.
that in pounds?
In pounds, yeah. So
What is
in
that
pounds,
movement?
approximately 40,000 to 200,000 pounds.
What's your carrying capacity, Creed?
That's the
Right
player
there.
equivalent of
Yeah.
does a 32 hit.
What's your carrying capacity? It's 15 times your strength, right?
It is not 40,000 pounds.
Well, hang on.
15 times my strength, so 15
That's what it
times
is, right?
20.
And how many of us have mage hand? We can help him out.
10 extra pounds.
5 pound carrying capacity.
My
so
carrying
15
capacity
times.
is 300 pounds.
Mhm.
Well, it's
Oh.
doubled because you're a Minotaur.
Oh yeah, so 600.
So
the
600.
lizard folk also, they do have like a large cart. Not quite big enough to fit this thing in.
That's what I was saying.
But
I can double it again with enhanceability for 1200.
it does. Is that what enhanceability does?
You can gain advantage to one stat, and it also has secondary effects for certain stats. The secondary effect is doubling.
Yeah.
Capacity.
Jesus.
So how much
Yeah.
would I be able to carry with that?
1,200 pounds.
Oh,
So still a very small percentage, and that only lasts for an hour. And you guys spent probably at least 2 hours coming out here.
I can cast it twice. That's fine. Okay. So we have that as an option. Anyway, let me just. You guys check
What-
this meteor out. I'm gonna try to explain the concept of jurisdiction to these fucking idiots.
what is
Yeah,
the
I'll
legal?
stay here with Tearaway.
What is
Just in
the
case they get
How many of them
antsy.
are there?
what's
There is
the
6 of
How many?
them.
Oh, six.
are there?
Okay.
6?
So there's 6 of them.
6 of us.
And there's
Yeah.
6 of you
6 of
guys,
us,
including
right?
Loris, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you plan to get this meteor out of here?
Real
Yeah.
quick.
Do you even know what the meteor is made of?
One of them, like,
How do you know where it came from?
the big one who's like the leader points to one of his the smaller ones who lifts up like a pickaxe, and like we can break it into multiple parts and bring it back.
In the one cart?
Yes,
How long is that gonna take you?
we've got time. It's our meteor.
It's
We
not
found
your
it.
meteor. Okay. Do you know what jurisdiction is?
Question. I have a question.
What's the? I have an answer.
I have a question too.
What's the? Okay, Kyle and then Milad.
What are they like? What's their position right now? How close are they standing together?
What?
Oh God.
Now my question's a bit
No.
connected to that.
No.
So I'll just I'll draw the scene real quick.
Yeah, please do. I want to make it clear that my hand is inside of my coat like I have a gun. And I very clearly do not have anything inside my coat or
Is
in my
it
hand.
twitching
that's-
like you're about to pull it out?
Yes. The entire time. Every couple seconds I'm just like,
Oh, actually, it's 100. So it's 100 diameter, approximately 100-foot diameter sphere. Let me draw a shape real quick, and then it's
100 feet. Oh, I thought you said 10 feet.
the meteor itself is about 10 feet diameter.
Oh, I see. Okay.
A
this is
meteor
crater.
impact is
Okay.
about a crater from a meteor. I had to do research on this, which is hilarious.
Nice.
Got it. Okay.
Alt
Appreciate that.
shift.
I respect.
That's. So I'm just gonna draw approximate. That's approximately the diameter. That should be like that ish. The meteor itself is. I'll just draw in black in the center. They're kind of in the center here, approximately 10 feet by about 10 feet. They have a little cart. I'm just gonna draw it in brown. Little cart, little wheels. And there is.
You know what? Okay, wait. I'll wait till you're done drawing.
Yeah. And then there is the large. This one's the large lizard folk. I'm just gonna make. They're not actually like 10 feet tall, but they're like the largest. They're like 8 feet tall. There is one. This is the one. The one with the red background is the one with the druidic robes, and then the other ones are kind of all gathered like over in this area. One of them's like with the cart. And the other 3 are just kind of over here, like milling
Before
about.
we potentially murder these guys, can I go get water?
Yes, I think we will take a bio break right now, and then
Wait,
we'll finish.
does Japanese have to leave?
Are you leaving it? Are you
No.
doing a 10 thing? But
No,
we can just take the bio break right now,
Yeah, let's-
and then we'll
Yeah,
come
yeah.
back for this.
Yeah, so there's no drug deals happening tonight.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I'll be
Alright.
migrating to the garage real quick.
I'll leave for a moment, then I'll talk about portals.
Oh, God.
Kill me.
Alright, yeah, I'll
Grab a
be
little
back too.
snack. Snack.
I'll return shortly, stream.
Right. I'm back. So, let's discuss portals. So basically, the argument in question was whether, let's assume that you have 2 objects or 2 locations that are, whatever, 50 miles apart. But there's a portal from this location to this location. If that portal were to open, and by stepping through it, you moving just 5 feet from this one location to this other location, you could end up, that 50 miles over here. Now, Misty Step as a spell states that you can move to any object you can see within 30 feet. Therefore, the argument could be made that through the portal, the opening where you could see this location is within 30 feet because it's a distance of just 5 feet in physical movement. However, the argument could also be made that no, that location is in fact 50 miles away. This brings us to the idea of objective space versus relative space, or more accurately, objective movement versus relative movement. The subject of wormholes is a popular one to use as an example of this. For example, let's assume you have a wormhole from our galaxy to the Andromeda galaxy. That's billions of miles. It's more than billions of miles probably, but you get the idea. It's very, very far away. Through a wormhole, you can close that distance incredibly quickly. Now, according to your own body, your ship, its fuel usage, you've only traveled the distance between the start of the wormhole and the end of the wormhole, which will be compressed and folded space. However, in terms of raw distance, looking at it from a maximized, zoomed out point of view, you've traveled from the Milky Way to the Andromeda Galaxy. Effectively, the idea is that you have moved the distance of the wormhole, but you have traveled the distance between the 2 points where the wormholes link. So the question then becomes, how are we tracking distance when it says within 30 feet from Misty Step? Are you going by what you call what you move, or how far you travel? That's the question at the heart of the matter.
I think a good way of telling is by like fuel or energy consumption.
Right. So that would be the distance moved. Meaning that if you have a portal in front of you and you step through it, you're not moving, 50 miles, however far the portal is, or the location of the portal is. You're moving 5 feet. You're traveling 50 miles, but you're moving 5 feet. That's also my argument. And I believe that with Misty Step, any object you can see within 30 feet, as long as the portal allows you to see the location, you can travel to it, because that's the distance that you're moving. It's 30 feet of movement, even if it's 50 miles of distance traveled.
Now we're thinking with portals.
Yeah, precisely. I actually do think it's an interesting topic.
Bend the space between them
Yes, I believe
from a
so.
physics standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's sort of like wormholes. Yeah, my argument essentially, like a wormhole, you move the distance between the start of the wormhole and the end of the wormhole, or the openings of the wormhole, but you travel the distance that the wormholes cover, right?
Yes.
Like you move, your physical movement is that of the length of the wormhole, but the physical cover is that of the entire space between the entrances of the wormhole.
Right, yeah, because we can perceive like large distances, but we can't perceive the bending of space itself at all.
Right. And so, I think that within 30 feet, if you have like a 5 foot distance between you and the other side of a portal, that applies, because that's within 5 feet of you in terms of movement.
Thank you, I love you.
Yes.
Love you.
Mm-hmm. So that's essentially what I was discussing,
take
the
it
idea
back.
of objective versus relative movement, I guess.
Bye.
Also, I got some Indian Lays.
Indian Lays?
Oh yeah,
Is
it's
it
like spicy
like
Lays.
taste better than regular? Is there less air? Oh, okay.
It's not the same there,
Ah, dang.
but
Oh, man.
it's a flavor you can't get here. It's like spicy.
I was
they
gonna
are
say, you
so
may,
good.
if they had more chips and less air, you could do a thing where you ship chips enough, like a volume of chips from India to here, where it makes economic sense to compete with U.S. Lays.
Interesting.
It's like
And
in
like,
Seinfeld when they got all the bottles and they're like, it's 10 cents in New York and 15 cents in Michigan. They're like, oh, it doesn't make any sense, and they're like, oh, I got it. It's that.
yeah, that's a good idea. Ooh, these do have a quick. Yeah, so anyway, on the topic of portals, I think another good way of measuring it is just the amount of time passed, compared to walking the distance, like around entirely versus simply stepping through the portal. With the amount of time it would take you to travel that distance versus the amount of time it takes you to simply walk through the portal.
Okay.
On this one.
What's that?
We're still on this.
Yeah, we're still
Yeah,
on the portal
yeah, it was
topic.
It's actually
today,
quite an
like
interesting
last
discussion.
time. It always is. Wait,
It's
what's
actually,
it?
I do think it's a legitimately interesting discussion point.
Whether or not it's
Like,
space being bent or if it's just a transport.
Well, no, the idea of, let's say you have a wormhole, right?
Right.
That takes you 1,000 light years away, or let's just say like 1 billion miles for the sake of simplicity. It's 1 billion miles away, and the wormhole itself, if you travel through the wormhole, it's a distance of, like the distance you would actually feel you're moving is, let's say, 100 feet. Entirely like nonsensical distances, but just assume that, right?
Yeah.
So the question is, are you moving 100 feet or 1 billion miles, and did you travel 100 feet or 1 billion miles? I would say that traveled 1 billion miles, but you moved 100 feet.
Can I get a
Right.
whole yeah from everyone?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I would say that.
Wormhole.
I don't know the
Oh,
science of
yeah.
wormholes,
A
but
wormhole is basically
if
bend
Interstellar-
space. So like,
I get it.
imagine space
Right.
is like this. It's like this flat thing,
yeah,
and
that's
this
what I
is
was
1
gonna
billion
say.
miles.
I remember that scene in Interstellar.
Yeah, where they take the
Yeah.
piece
Oh,
of
that-
paper
yeah,
and
the
they
paper,
bend it and
they-
put
That scene is
the
in
pencil.
every sci-fi movie that has wormholes in it. Because
Yeah.
it's a very
Okay.
Including
very, like-
Ballads of the Lost Empire. I'm gonna perform it right now.
excellent, great idea.
Oh yeah, do it.
What?
The wormhole explanation that's in every sci-fi movie that has wormholes in it, with like the piece of paper, like, oh, this distance versus this distance, but with a wormhole, just stab the pencil
Yeah,
through the
except
paper.
for this universe, you can breathe in space in this universe.
That
But
doesn't
then you
matter to
could,
how
but in this
portals
universe,
work.
you could also do this. You got 2 points and you bend the paper, right? They're right next to each other.
Oh,
But then
you know what? I never thought
you
about
take
that.
the.
way.
Never seen that before.
Yeah, there we go. That's
Wormhole.
Yeah, and they
How
always poke
enlightening,
through the
thank you.
paper too.
Yeah.
There you go.
Can I get a oh yeah from everyone? Oh yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
guess I'm really
Yeah.
Bimson, yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess I'm really
Okay, you happy now?
How much
Oh,
stuff fit
Yeah,
in
you
their
need a
wormhole?
Bimson emote, Milad.
Oh, what?
True.
Oh, what?
Bimson? Do you not know the
Oh,
Bimson?
yeah.
Oh god, we have to watch this right now.
Doll
You
on.
gotta turn off the stream and then watch the
Bimson, a
music
song by
video.
Dylan Woodley. You type it into.
We're not.
Just type Bimson into the rhythm bot and then deafen.
Oh god.
the stream.
Indian Lays.
This.
Indian Lays, by the way, unmatched, incredibly good.
Alright, slash skip.
Oh no! Don't actually play.
Slash this.
Because if I mute the desktop audio, then you guys won't be heard anymore.
Just mute the
We're not gonna
desktop
get
audio.
a copyright strike from Bimson.
Alright, it's starting right now. Turn it up.
We might.
I muted it anyways. No one can hear you right now. Wait. Yes. Bimson. I'm sad. Tier 1 wormholes and drinking pee. I don't know if this needs an adult rating. Yeah. I guess I've really Bimson. Yeah. Thank you for the bit. Oh my god. I guess I'm really
Like, look at all this.
Absolutely incredible.
Alright, I turned the.
Adult rating? Do we have an
desktop-
rating?
Do we have an adult rating?
We are not
Oh yeah.
we're not suggested to kids, but we're not like restricted from kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely fucking remember this. Oh my god.
Maybe we should. Should be.
The brand, the merch. I love the freaking.
The merch is S tier.
the the
Where's
Supreme
the-
one is so good.
I would consider purchasing.
Right.
Merch.
$200
Anyway,
sold
ooh,
out
hydrate,
gold
nice.
Bimson
I see
hoodie.
it. I see it.
Gold Bimson hoodie. Hold on.
$200 sold
Wait.
out.
Oh my
That's a
god. there's
Gibson.
Money
merch.
can be, can be remade, but Bimson is forever.
Japanese vinyl variant.
All right.
I love it.
So
Back to ballads.
the portals.
Stop.
Back to portals.
Enough talks about
Stop.
portals.
Oh, here we're gonna
I already did.
go
Wait.
back to the.
I'm buying
simply-
Bimson
Drink
merch.
the pee.
I already did.
You actually have Bimson merch?
No, I have P.
Ah, that's true.
Okay. Oh, I never got to ask my question.
Oh yes, what was your question?
I was. Oh, Ricky left.
Sorry,
Okay.
very loud.
No, it's okay. I was gonna. What was I
Is
gonna
Kyle
ask?
frozen for anyone else?
Yeah, he's
He was.
there we
Yeah,
go.
he's freezing
Oh,
up.
there we go.
You're
Oh,
He
back.
had like one frame
I'm
a
not-
sec. My question was, I
I'm
was
not frozen
curious
yet.
about the
Oh, I see.
legality of killing lizard people on this planet.
Are you? Do you want to ask Lars? And actually,
Oh,
how
I'm
close
actually-
are you guys getting
That's
to them?
related to mine. That's related to my question. I was gonna send a telepathic message to Laris
Mhm.
and say, "Hey, what's the legality of the situation on your planet?
Yeah.
Like, how does discovery law work?"
Let me do a check for Lars, just an intelligence check, to see if he knows anything about laws on his planet, or how much he knows. That is a 12.
He's a ranger. He must know about discovery laws.
Well, he's not. He didn't do most of his training on this planet. He did most of his
Oh,
training
okay.
on the planet where these guys are from. So he knows more about their laws than about than his laws on his. That's why he was coming back here to train.
Okay.
So he's, well,
This is his dig.
What if we did this? What if we blew up the asteroid, and whoever gets the most chunks wins?
What if we just,
Okay. That's a backup. We have that on the back burner.
Lars
We don't know
kind of
what-
beams back
Can
like,
we offer?
I don't know how this works on a for interplanetary items. Normally, there would be a clear answer on this, but since this item is not from our planet, and they are also not from our planet, I don't know exactly how this is.
Hang
gonna
on.
work.
While they're on your planet, they must be subject to the law of your planet.
It's
That
a
is
little bit
usually
more
how it works.
complicated than that, just because of the way that, like,
Okay,
what's
you
the,
guys
what's
do
the term?
something
Not asylum. It's the like diplomatic immunity, kind of.
Change the campaign to make
Sovereign
also-
Just normal
players
people from
wake up
off
and find
planet?
that they were just really fucked up.
They're subject to
Why
laws.
Mexico though?
They're subject to laws slightly differently than people from the same planet, mostly because they don't want to start a war.
You guys
Um,
really need to establish a united
planets.
federation of some kind.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, 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 bum.
But who would
Confederacy
command
of
it?
Independent Systems.
Yes, exactly.
Something like that, you know.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I'm not
Something,
stealing off.
and
yeah.
you know,
Thanks
sort
for the
of,
bit, by
Yeah.
the way.
kind of
Um,
have
Maybe they have a.
some exploratory as well as, you know, law enforcing systems in place through a ship or a series of ships, like a fleet through the stars.
Sounds like it would cost a lot of money, and
Well-
would not provide material benefits to our planet. But we're getting off course. These
No,
guys
maybe it-
might.
the benefits that you would gain in technological advancements
Look,
through
here's the deal.
cooperative performance
Either-
far exceed the advancements any one
Are we
person
gonna
can
kill
gain
them or
under a
not?
capitalistic system currently.
Because if we want that rock, it's looking like we're gonna have to kill them.
Hang on.
Are we all
Can-
morally okay with murdering
Killing-
these people over
okay.
a rock?
We no, I'm not, which is why I'm where I
Spanish
am
said.
right now.
Okay, like
Yeah.
I'm indifferent. I'll kill them
But
if we
it's
want
why
to.
don't we
Like I don't really
Why don't
care.
we just?
I would say they might be willing to
Why don't we
bargain.
We don't have anything to bargain with.
Say,
Well, we
just
might. Excuse me, sir.
propose that
Have you ever wanted to light your torch in the rain, but... Oh, look at that. The wood's all wet. Nothing's gonna light up. Well, have I got the item for you? You see, with just a small little steak in the... A small little slice in the big old pie, I can get you a torch that'll never go out. I call it the unquenching flame. Interested?
The big one kind of looks at the other ones. Not really. We can see in the dark pretty well.
Okay, they have dark vision. Bad example, but it is useful. It is useful. If you...
What if we rock, paper, scissors for it?
Yeah, what if we...
That's... Okay, hang on. No.
I'll arm
What if we
wrestle
flipped a
someone for it.
coin?
Okay,
Oh,
so
not a
it
bad
seems
We'll-
to me...
I'll fence with somebody for it.
Hang on. You said that this is
Fence.
yours because of your own law. Correct?
Yes.
But this is not from your world. So even if you were subject to your own laws, this object wouldn't be. Is that not correct?
Yes, but we are subject to our own laws, and we came here and we found it.
Yes, but the
And so it is
object is
ours.
not, and now the ownership of it is contested, therefore it is not yours in such a clear-cut manner. Besides, if we are subject to a different set of laws, we can claim it under those sets of laws through a conflicting legal status.
Ballads of the Lost Empire, Star Trek.
This is very quick. This is like
Star
right
Trek.
on the line of Next Generation turning into original series. Like this is depending on how this goes, it can go in one of two directions.
I am doing the Picard at the moment. We could go into Kirk real quick.
This is
Oh yeah, I'm good at doing the Kirk thing.
the leader kind of looks at their consorts. Well, and then it seems that we have a contest.
It appears that we do. However, it does not need to be one settled through any barbaric means.
Define barbaric.
Yeah, I'm a little
You know,
offended.
that befitting a barbarian. Ergo, bloodshed.
I'm gonna look over. You know,
That's
kind of hurt.
classist.
Like,
I know.
Yeah, I'm like,
man.
I'm gonna look like offended at you, like,
That is how
Oh,
our planet's
no.
legal system
I'm a-
works.
I'll
It
put
is
my
not
hand around
how
Petra to make him feel
Our
better.
planet's legal system works.
I feel like this is a very, like, Star Wars move. I'm gonna, like, walk forward and the sword's gonna appear to my hand, and I'm gonna stand next to this guy, and he'll be like, are you sure?
Hey, okay, no need for provocation.
I'll put it away and, like, put my hands up.
Choose a champion. We have healing magic, and
Ooh, pick
the
me.
champion lead
me.
the big guy gestures to the druidic looking guy. You seem to have healing magic. Are you not a druid?
I am.
So there's no real risk of death here. A contest of champions over ownership of the stone.
How would this contest work exactly?
Whichever champion you have, and I will fight until one of us is subdued.
I feel like we're all gonna do the Scooby-Doo thing without a door and look at Crete.
Well-
There's no door. There's an open space.
I suppose that's better than all of us fighting. But
Well,
you say that it is how your legal system works, but it's not how ours work. And again, in a system of conflicted legal status, which we are in right now, you are from another world, we are from another world, on a third world, arguing over an object that is itself non-planetary in nature. I believe that the simplest solution would be simply, there's 6 of you, 6 of us, an even split.
make a persuasion check for me.
Okay.
Ooh.
Cast guidance.
Can I help him?
Do you
Can I
have
cast
you have
guidance?
He's got a sword, And
Yeah,
He does have a
I'll
sword.
have my
That's
sword
very
back out.
persuasive.
Just
Uh,
like Guts
sword will
with the
just-
sword on the shoulder. Like,
22 with the help.
I'll take the 22
Easy
with the help.
peasy.
Nice.
We look very intimidating. We're level 5 now.
You guys
Powerful.
are pretty. And Loris is like doing his best attempt at like being like intimidating. He's not very intimidating, but he's just kind of like standing there with his bow. This seems like an equitable deal. And he kind of like spits onto the ground and like looks over, and Loris kind of like nudges you, Caraway.
Oh, I also spit onto the ground, I guess.
Okay. It is time for celebration. Let us break the meteor. And the leader signals over to the other smaller ones, and they start kind of hacking away at this thing, trying to divide it down the middle. Are you guys
Great.
gonna help with? Are you guys gonna help him?
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah.
Creep. I'll cast enhance ability on. Creep.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna
Bull strength.
stand.
I'm gonna put the
stand
sword
next
away.
to them while they're cutting it, and like you know how like when like you and your sibling are splitting up like a piece of food, and you're like checking to make sure
Yeah.
they split it evenly. That's what
Uh-huh.
I'm doing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll
Um,
like help dig some rock out on our side.
So yeah, as Creep, make
I'm
an
gonna, like,
athletics check
I'm
for me,
gonna-
Creep.
I'm
You're-
gonna make that's an advantage, and I'll give him guidance too.
With
Actually, no,
advantage and a-
concentration
Oh,
taken
yeah.
up by
Yeah,
enhance ability, so not guidance.
27.
27.
Creep lifts his axe and slams down into the middle of this meteor, and you hear from the inside a loud like.
Oh, before this happens, by the way, like as he's like watching them do it, I'm gonna like send a message to Zach and be like, let's not be too overzealous. If it happens to be a little uneven into their favor, let it slide.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of look closer at the rock and then kind of step back slowly.
So yes, Creep smashes into this thing, and the boulder, the meteor itself, it seems to be, as you're close up, seems to be almost pure iron on the outside. But as you break it, you see the like iron shell kind of breaks off to each side, and encased in crystal is the form of an elf, like a elf from the material plane, with dark skin and curly black hair.
Would we recognize them?
And you do recognize this elf. This is the elf who you might remember the name as Anele, who is the elf who, in the very first session of our campaign, gave Spanky his very first spell book. That is now lost to the winds.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Yeah. Like showed up in a bar and left.
Yep, that's right.
His body, it doesn't seem to have any obvious like injuries, but he is encased in this crystal. And
Anele.
yeah. And there is also there's an amulet around his neck, that's kind of like brass and ruby, and then there is a bag, also encased in the crystal with him. And your first swing cracks open this iron, but the crystal seems to be untouched for now.
But did you say rubies? The rubies mentioned?
There is a ruby on the amulet that he is wearing. Yes.
Interesting.
And the lizard folk all kind of like look between each other, and they kind of look at you guys. We'll take that half, and they like go to grab the like crystalline form of the elf. Anele.
Whoa! That is not what half means.
This
We
is
did-
a friend of ours. We recognize him.
Yes. And again, under legal status, he has legal rights of his own, making these waters even muddier. In fact, I do believe that there is a chance that he can claim legal ownership over this object since it is, again, extraplanetary, just as he is. But, should you wish... Does he seem to be, like, asleep or, like, knocked out, or...
It's hard to tell. He seems to be in some kind of stasis. If you want to make me an Arcana check, whoever is proficient,
I'll send Henry over to
proficient.
that, I guess.
I can
Henry
tell
is
you
proficient.
more if you get an Arcana, if you do an Arcana check,
Yeah, I can give him this.
or if you
help on
want,
that.
or if you have like detect
Uh,
magic or something like that.
I'm gonna
I'm
do
gonna
a-
keep talking with this lizard
and
guy
I'm also
in the
gonna
meantime.
cast guide on myself.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
22, nice.
it's 22.
22.
Ooh,
Is that
you need it,
including
but-
the guidance?
No.
D4.
Should I have to roll d4?
You can if you
Yeah.
want. You might be able to get a little bit more, but yeah, not
24.
It would have been a 25 for the next level. So yeah, you are able to gather that he seems to be dead, but in some kind of stasis. You
Okay, I'm gonna... Okay.
and also the amulet around his neck is definitely magical, and that it is like emanating some kind of necromantic energy out from him. Although you don't know exactly what there's like abjuration magic. You get kind of an abjuration feel from the crystal itself, but then from the amulet and the body, there's like a necromantic energy on that.
I'm gonna send a message over to him as I'm talking to the lizard. How are we looking with our friend over here?
Who were you talking to?
Henry.
Me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna repeat all that. Seems like dead, but in stasis. And yeah, and
Look, it is now that neither of us have a right to anything that's here, but, you know, between you and me, we'll let you keep the half that doesn't involve the kidnapping. If you're quick about it.
Just the iron, all of this iron?
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
Or half of the iron.
Half the iron. Half the iron.
How about
You're half the iron, but yes.
okay.
We will take the iron and leave you with the man.
Wasn't what was agreed upon.
How about
2/3 of the iron.
Yeah.
We'll split it
Yeah.
evenly by volume then.
That is fair enough.
Great.
nice?
They pull out like a little tiny scale. Like, no, no, I'm kidding.
I can create water to figure out the relative volumes.
Oh, a little tiny scale. Just weighs
All
each
the
individual
displacement.
piece. So yeah, I'll say they'll be able to, over the course of the next like 10-15 minutes, they're able to get so through their weights over the next like period of time. I'm just gonna roll a d6 actually for her time. Oh yeah, they actually able to do it pretty quickly. The total weight of the meteor was about 80,000 pounds. And so you said they want half of it by weight, so they take they're able to fit approximately 40,000 pounds into this cart, and then they have a doozy of a time bringing it along. But they're able to very slowly start moving it through the forest and out of sight.
All right. Well.
So yeah, now
now we gotta-
you're alone with about. I'll say that the remaining iron is about. It's actually the majority of the weight that was left over was still iron. So you have like 30,000 pounds of iron left, and then this crystal is fairly heavy as well and dense.
Okay. Well, should we wake him up here?
probably.
Hang on.
Do you want to?
Okay,
You
with
can.
that
You would
dragon.
need to break through
Help
the
us carry.
crystal to wake him up.
Right.
And do you have? If you think that he's dead, do you have the components to raise him from the dead?
No, I don't have revivified diamonds. I need a diamond. Perhaps we can take enough of the iron. Crete and someone else can take enough of the iron. I guess Crete and I, because I can enhance ability. To take a bunch of the iron to get enough for a diamond to revivify him, and then come back. Sound like a plan?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Works for me.
Alright, then let's do me, Crete, and let's take Laris. He knows the town.
Yeah. The rest
Alright.
will stay and watch over the crystal.
Yeah, there's an old pewter shop that I think would pay pretty well for this.
Alright. Sounds good.
So how much are you trying to take? How much is your carrying capacity with all of that added
1,200
together?
pounds.
1,200
pounds.
pounds between the two of you, or just the?
That's just
Just him.
Okay.
I guess
That's a
I could
lot.
take another.
And is that including the gear that you already have on you?
150 pounds.
I only had like 7 pounds on me because I lost a bunch.
So you can carry basically all of that weight.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you, how are you? I don't know how is like what are your?
I
what's-
picture like a
yeah.
giant ball with his antlers.
Oh, with
Just
his
like,
antlers.
I'd probably be like holding it on my back, like how I would piggyback someone, something like that.
Like a native woman carrying water to her children, or the back way is better.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys over the course of you'll have to cast enhance ability again at some point. So you just mark off 2 slots for that from the 2 castings. So yeah, you guys make it back into town eventually with much less iron than the lizard folk who had come into town before you. And Laris is able to lead you guys to the pewter merchant, who it's the shop is like painted blue on the outside, and there's like a carved wing, carved metal wings over the top. It's painted blue. And the title, there's like a sign that says Jay's Pewter. And as you guys kind of like, you can't quite fit through the door with the materials, but you can hear like the clang of like how much actually? What's the volume of 1,200 pounds of iron?
What's the density of iron?
Pounds. Your carrying capacity is 1,200 pounds.
Yeah.
I believe
I'm
that is.
strong
That's half
boy.
a ton. He can carry half.
How many pounds did you say?
1,200 pounds. What's the deadlift record is? Okay, 1,100 pounds.
1
If I
cubic
could
foot
carry
of
that
iron.
around.
Actually, that's not that much because 1 cubic foot of iron is like 500 pounds. So it's actually only like
Yeah.
it's actually not that much iron. It's only like 3 cubic feet of iron.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean it's like, but it's not
Yeah.
like it's not like a boulder sized. It's just like it's like the size of a.
A yard cubic? That's like boulder sized.
I guess that's boulder sized, but
Yeah.
it's not like as big as I was picturing. I was
Huge boulder,
picturing
no.
it like much bigger. For an 8 foot tall person, that's not even that big.
I mean, the whole thing was only 10 feet across.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent news. How much are you gonna give us? And also, how much do you spend on oil for these here torches per year?
Kind of like looks like eyes wide. Laris, who were your friends?
Oh yes, I'm Caraway. This is Crete. Anyway.
Hello.
I think you can put that down now, Cree.
Hunk, just like a big hunk of iron. Well, I was in need of iron until now, I guess.
I'm gonna rest outside.
Well,
go outside, lay on the floor.
let's discuss some numbers before we make sure we've satisfied that need.
How much is he's gonna pull out a suitably sized scale for the amount of iron that you have.
A reasonably sized scale.
Enormous scale.
Well, it's big enough to weigh like a cubic foot at a time. Yeah.
1,200 pounds.
So yeah, over the next hour, Loris, how have you been? He's kind of like making small talk with Loris. And he turns to you at one point, like, she used to come to my shop all the time, and buying weapons and armor for her father. And Loris kind of looks uncomfortable for a second. Actually, I'm
a woman.
I actually am a man. I was.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, right, I forgot. Yes.
He seems kind of like awkward about the situation. I'll let you guys get to it. Your negotiations, and then he kind of like walks outside and sits down next to Crete.
Oh, I'm laying down.
Lays down, or just sits down next to Crete, laying down outside.
Well,
and she's like, I don't know what all that was about. But yeah, I pay about 1 gold per pound for iron. That's the going rate. So
pretty good.
1,200 pounds. I don't know if I have that much gold on hand. I'd have to go get some from the vault, but.
And the oil question for these. How's the shop lit?
There's some like, it seems like most of the light is natural light. But there's also like a furnace that provides some light to part of the area. It doesn't seem like there's a particularly large amount of torches.
All right, in your home then, how much do you think you're spending on oil?
How much is it
for torches?
I'm gonna
lanterns.
While still laying down outside, I'm gonna try to like yell into the store, Caraway, hurry.
I've got something here.
He has nothing.
Oh dear, not the.
There's a dead man waiting for us.
Torch cost 5e. 1 torch is a copper piece.
Yeah, but a flask of oil is a silver piece. You gotta look at what you're spending per year to keep your home lit.
What are you offering?
A source of flame that never extinguishes. It can be covered for when you need the dark, but whatever you cover it with won't burn, and then when you take that cover off, it's lit up again.
Listen, man. I make what? Average 25, 50 gold a month for everything. Just buying these materials is gonna set me back. I don't know how much.
1,200.
But
I'm not even there.
if I'm only because I have so many orders right now, I'm a little bit. I have a bit more cash than I normally have, but.
And why not spend this extra cash?
Well, I'm spending this extra cash on buying materials from you.
On a useful, relatively affordable. If you look at the long run, it'll save you money. You know. Material cost. On a luxury, if you will, for the low price of 51 gold. In fact, I like you. How about 30 gold? You'll tell all your friends.
Listen, man, I don't really need, this is just a problem that doesn't really need solving, you know what I'm talking about?
I disagree. It's
Tear
more
away.
environmentally friendly.
I want to keep yelling to the room. We have to go.
Listen,
All right, fine. We'll go.
let me get sure. So he goes, gets you your gold,
That's a lot of fun dodge.
and gives it back. But that's all I'm buying. Okay, I really can't afford any more than this.
All right, noted.
Do we
I'm
need
gonna turn
diamonds?
to Laris. Anyone else in town who could use iron?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, the town itself isn't enormous. Maybe some of the traders would buy something.
Like a government building?
Yeah, there's like kind of a, it's not a super like well regulated town. It seems like there's one kind of like, mayor is a little bit too weak of a term, like a Burgermeister, I guess, would be the term I'm looking for. Burgermeister, Meisterburger.
Yeah, of course, Burgermeister, Meisterburger.
And
Maybe
his name is, or excuse me, her name is Strix, Lord Strix. And she's ruled the city. She kind of is like the. There's like some. What are you trying to do? Is the question.
Well, I figure if I can get a grassroots movement going for more eco-friendly, sustainable practices for lighting, I could drum up some demand through tax breaks for my torches.
Laris is almost certain that Strix would not go for this.
But I think I should talk to her myself. Also, what was the name of the guy we just sold the iron to?
His name was Jay.
Jay, okay.
How do you spell that?
Jay.
Grassroots sustainability an
I thought it was just the
oxymoron?
letter J.
Is grassroots sustainability an oxymoron?
You know, grassroots movement for sustainable practices. Because
Okay.
my
They're not the
torches,
same.
they don't take up any resources. They don't cause any pollution. It's sustainable, eco-friendly lighting.
So back at the crash site, what are you guys doing
Oh
at
my
the crash
God.
site? The crater.
I think
I'm
that
going.
we should be just trying to maybe analyze the like material.
The material around him.
Is there still some?
Yeah.
Um,
See if we can
sure.
somehow break it. Because we don't know what it is.
Well, you haven't really tried to break it yet. You just
And
know
that's
that
also
when
true.
you smashed the outer shell broke away before the inner shell,
Yes.
or before the crystals. You do know that he's I'll reiterate the description with a few more details. So Anele is kind of tan elf. He seems to be dead, so as in he's not breathing, and you can't detect any like signs of life. Although that might just mean that he is in like some kind of stasis that could be broken by breaking the crystal. He's wearing kind of like a low cut like wizarding type robe. It's like brown with like green stitching on the sleeves, and then like a light blue lining on the inside.
Mhm.
And then he has kind of like a knapsack that he's holding in his hands, and the amulet around his neck that kind of is emitting some kind of necromantic magic.
Okay.
So
Necromancer.
we try like conventional tools to break it, or would that
I mean,
like?
I think we
possibly-
should. I think we should wait to even consider trying to break it until our
Mhm.
other friends are back.
Yeah.
But
That's true. Because that amulet with the...
maybe we should move it out of the ditch to another location.
I'll say
Next to
between
a
the
tree.
it's who's still there? Is it?
It's me, and I have a carrying capacity of 255 pounds because
So yeah,
17
it's.
strength.
I mean, it's you'd be able to. I'll say you'd be able to drag it, for sure. You probably wouldn't be able to, like, carry it, like, for a long distance, but you could at least drag it off to the side with a little bit of effort.
Yeah, like up out of the pit.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's drag it out of the
Sure,
crater.
just leaving the rest of the iron behind. Or
Or
what?
we can leave. Let's see here. Could we leave Ringowl with the iron?
Just leave an owl. So you just put
Yeah.
like, are you going? So the tree line is slightly past the edge of the crater proper. So you'd only be like 50 feet away from the iron if you dragged it just to the tree line, unless you wanted to go to like an isolated space.
No, I think the tree line should be enough. It would be like within eyesight, so we could see
Okay.
if they're like stealing, and then kill them if they do.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you guys drag the crystal over to the side. Is there anything else? Any other kind of checks you'd like to make to see what you can glean? Because that's pretty much where we're at. If you want to do like, you could.
Lonely Isotope, thank you for the follow. Appreciate
Let's
that.
go. So yeah, I mean, if you have any other questions about what's on him, or
That's cute.
if you don't see any like visible injuries. So
Yeah, I
maybe
think
I'm-
that's about it. We'll just drag it over to the tree line.
okay.
Unless anyone else wants to do anything.
Okay. Are you really going to the mayor or the burgermeister?
No, no.
Okay.
We need to go to a
guys get your-
shop. We need to go
What was-
somewhere that sells jewels. I need to get a 300 gold piece diamond.
Okay.
And also
there-
ruby dust.
Yeah. So there is a. If you're looking for a jeweler, the jeweler in town is named. Excuse me. Vireo, which I'll put in the chat. And Vireo. And from what you get from Laris, this man seems to be like a former wizard. Or like he spent most of his life as a wizard, but then he settled down. And so he actually has some specialization in spell components. So
Okay. I'm gonna walk into the shop. How's it look? Is it high end? Or is it like
it's like probably mid-tier. It's not like super high end, but it's not like super run down. At most, it's a little bit cluttered, and you can see some things that just seem to be floating around the store on their own, being organized. And like a little rat that runs along one of the shelves that seems to be a familiar, from what you can tell is like a kind of spiritual form. And Vireo kind of peeks out of the back once the little rat sees you. Ah, new customers. You are not from here, are you?
no, sir, we are not.
You're not.
No,
Just-
Saruda.
Isn't there some saying about a bull in the china shop?
I thought this was a jeweler's.
He's more of a
I'm
moose.
a cat.
He's more of a moose. Okay.
He's not there. But you're not even there.
Not here, fucker.
I didn't realize we were in a china
I'm
shop.
not.
We must have gotten the wrong address.
No, this is the jeweler. What? Is there a kind of a special lady in your life, or a special whatever it is you folks are?
Is that racist?
Buying something for a man, an elf.
An elf.
Is that racist?
That's right.
I haven't been to the material plane in some time, but
In some time, so you have been there.
Is it a normal thing to just go between the planes?
not really. But it's not like unheard of, especially for like wizards. It's like an established thing that some like very powerful wizards will travel to the material plane in an attempt to learn to like do studies, or to other planes to do studies.
Are there torches inside this place?
Oh my god.
There are everlasting torches. There are of the same kind that you would have been trying to sell.
I look at this guy and I like put out a high five.
He's not exactly sure how to react, but he kind of like puts his hand up like slowly to yours.
I like smack his. The continual flames. I'm glad someone sees the value here.
Well, it's easier than lighting torches and much easier than maintaining light all the time.
That's what I'm saying.
Caraway,
but it is expensive.
We're putting 5,500 tons of carbon per year per torch into the atmosphere.
I don't know if that's
I don't think they know what carbon is.
That's the correct figure.
Oh god.
And I don't know. And
Is
when
that
we have
number right?
sustainable sources, that's number
Keep in
correct.
mind, by the way.
Yeah.
So yes, but I appreciate the sentiment, but will you be purchasing anything?
Yes, we need a diamond, only the best for a revivification.
Ah, spell components.
Yes.
You have the spending money for this, yes?
Yes, we do.
Hopefully, yes.
It's a 300 gold piece diamond. Do you know this?
Yes, I do. I'm gonna
And
give
he
him
he goes behind the counter and he pulls up what seems to be it's like a box, and it has diamonds in each of a bunch of like sub compartments, and each of them is labeled with like a spell name.
So I'm gonna turn to Cree. I'm gonna send him like a message. What do you think? An extra, just in case.
I think it would be useful to have another. Do we have the money for it?
We do. That leaves us with 600, split 6 ways, so 100 each.
I think that's good. Let's do it.
Okay. I'm gonna look over to him and I'm gonna say, I don't suppose there's a discount for buying multiple.
Unfortunately, that's not quite the way the world works.
Well,
but
I guess
I will.
You've never
if
been
it's
to
as written, I'm not sure
Costco.
if a discounted spell component would function anymore because it specifies gold pieces of qualifying factor.
Yeah.
It's a complicated business. I could be willing to throw in some small trinket if you wished.
How about what about some ruby dust?
Ruby dust. Is there a specific gold cost you need in ruby dust?
50 gold's worth.
I was thinking more like a simple necklace. Spell components are a finicky business, you know.
Right, of course.
Something perhaps.
A simple necklace. Anything interesting you have?
My enchanting days are past me. But anything of decorational value, if you'd like.
Sure, might as well, I guess.
If we're going for free, sure.
Sure. Is there anything in particular you're looking for? Like, it's not going to be like anything super expensive. Any gems are going to be. I'd say anything would be worth less, like 10 gold or less. So like, what would a $1,000 gold necklace?
Take the most expensive looking one.
Sure. So yeah, the one that I guess make you don't have appraise. Wrong game. Do an intelligence roll. Do an intelligence roll to see.
Maybe? Okay.
Yeah, you can do investigation if you're proficient.
Okay.
Um,
That is a 17.
17. Yeah. The one that you find, it's kind of the band itself is like a thin woven gold necklace, and the kind of amulet on it is it's kind of a woven structure, kind of like a like a Celtic knot. Do you know if I say a Celtic knot, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'll just Celtic knot. Yeah, kind of like this. And it seems like there is space in the middle that could be filled with a gemstone of some kind. But it's currently not filled. So, a fine choice. If you are looking to have something enchanted, this might be a suitable place to place something that would be worth enchanting.
Excellent.
And so, yeah, you are able to tick off 600 of that gold, and you guys now have 2 of the revivified diamonds and that necklace for whoever you want to put it on. Non-enchanted.
It's a steal.
Nice looking necklace. It is 10.
You
It's a
could-
10 gold necklace. So
You can wear it. I don't think it would really fit me.
it's a.
Oh, I disagree, but if you insist.
There's he has the magazine on the side. It's the Gold Chains for Old Men magazine. It's the. It's probably my favorite joke in that whole show, and it's in like the 2nd episode. The Gold Chains for Old Men.
Samir, by the way, when do you have to get off?
Probably like maximum 11:30. I'm probably gonna hop off for like 11:15.
Okay.
Okay. Should we probably start closing up for that, or?
Yeah, sure. I think I would like to do. If you guys are gonna go and try and revivify MLA,
Yeah.
we'll get to that point, and then we can. If we want to continue, then we can figure out transport off planet. But if not, then we can just call it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, let's head back.
Yes. So you guys head back. You say thanks to Vareo.
As we're walking back, I'm gonna be kind of talking to myself, like, should I have bought the 50 gold ruby dust?
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder, like,
I
let it
feel
go.
like you need the sample the inventory, right? If you.
So yeah, you guys walk the like 2 hours back to the place. And is anything going on when they arrive back? Are you guys doing anything?
Stretch, actually.
Yeah,
I was
it
just, like,
just seemed like a
looking
good
at-
idea.
The guy in the are we stretching? I'm gonna stretch off camera. I'm doing lunges.
Doing lunges. I'm doing this. I'm doing the splits.
I'm deadlifting 1,200 pounds.
So yes, you guys arrive back, and the crystal has been moved off to the side of the clearing. What are you guys doing?
I found like a long stick in the forest and kind of poking it like that meme. Come on, do something.
Yep.
Can I use my magic awareness to see like what the crystal's made out of? Like,
Yeah, you can make a do the magic awareness. So yeah, what I think basically what I said earlier, you can sense that it's definitely magical. And again, you can tell that the necklace is kind of emanating like a necrotic energy, and that the crystal itself seems to have some kind of abjuration energy that seems to be more focused on the inside, close to his body, than on the outside.
So I assume that means like the outer part is easier to break than the inner part.
It could be. Only one way to find out.
I just don't want to chop him in half on accident. That's my thing.
I'll say if you're being careful, then you should be.
Well,
you should. be fine. Also, he's dead already.
Yeah, if
so...
even if I do chop him in half, we'll revive. Yeah, fuck it, I'll kill him.
He can't be dismembered. Revivify doesn't go that far.
It doesn't undismember you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody have?
Henry survived.
What's that?
What?
Henry survived.
Oh right,
being hacked.
gold. Everyone gets 100 gold.
Okay.
Oh,
I also I'm gonna inform him I bought 2 Revivify diamonds in the future, and now Revivify diamonds are not counting against my loot count. That is a group cost.
Fair.
That's fair enough for me. Laura says.
Yeah.
Should I do a attack roll to see if I?
Are you gonna attack it, or do you want to? I can do either attack roll or athletics, whichever you think is better.
I mean, they're both a +8, so I'll just do athletics.
Okay.
22.
All right. Yeah. The with a 22, you kind of. I feel like you just smash it with the back end of your axe, not the like cutting part, but like the butt end of it. And yeah, the crystal just kind of shatters away from the spot that you hit, and kind of exposes the body of Anele to the air. It doesn't completely shatter away, but it's enough where you could like pull him out and the bag he's wearing, if you wanted.
Yeah, we'll pull him out.
Okay. So yeah, you pull him out. Doesn't seem to be breathing. If you feel for a... actually, if someone wants to make a medicine check. If anyone has proficiency. Does anyone have proficiency?
I have proficiency
I
on
do, I
medicine.
In medicine? Sure, you can make a medicine check for me if you want.
I have a +4 to medicine.
I have +8.
Okay.
I can give you proficient. I can give you
If you have advantage, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a 26, it seems like he has only been dead. If you had to guess, it seems like he's only been dead for like less than a minute, which makes no sense.
Yeah, well, we'll worry about that later. I'm gonna open his mouth, shove the diamond in.
Is that how this...
That's how the spell works.
How long is the casting time? Is it instantaneous or one action?
That's a good question. It's one action.
Okay. So yeah, you shove the diamond into his mouth.
Okay. Every spell that I can't explain as a series of constellation gets explained as like a body horror. I'm gonna shove the spell, or I'm gonna shove the diamond in with like, you'll see like the very glowing and like the sharp end of it is glowing. I'm gonna shove it into his mouth, and I'm gonna like put my thumbs on his on the side of his head. And you see like a star pattern glow out from the diamond, and so it's like rotating, and his eyes sort of give that off too. Does he have like a wound or anything?
Not that you can see, no.
Okay. You see like the diamond like slowly melting into his mouth, and he starts kind of like convulsing. And I'll like kind of grab his throat and like massage it down. And then when it's like down to his heart, just give like a pump, and he just pops back.
Nice.
He kind of is like laying there on the ground and like looking around. He's like tensed. He's like, oh. He like leans back. What plane am I in?
Hello there.
You are in the astral plane.
Fuck.
We are the astral.
Luckily
master.
for you, we know who you are.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Don't we know you from somewhere?
Aren't you? I gave you a spell book.
Yeah,
That's
did.
right.
About that.
You didn't lose it,
I don't
did you?
have it anymore. I wouldn't say lose it. I would say
He lost
it's
it.
out of my possession.
It's with your legs.
Yeah. I'm still barefoot, by the way. Still barefoot. The bottom half.
Oh,
I'm
how did you
get used
how
to
you
it.
got?
What?
Yeah, how did you die, by the way?
Yeah, what happened? What led you to this?
What do
Well,
you remember?
I was doing an experiment. And here, and he reaches into his. He has like the little bag. It's like, do you guys know the bag that I carry around, the like small one?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's about that big. He reaches in and he like goes all the way down to his shoulder in this bag and like rummages around for a second, and pulls out like a little note, that's like written in Elvish, and it says, where is it? It says, "If you are reading this, my experiment has failed. Please bring me to the nearest temple so that I may be resurrected. Upon my return to life, I will compensate my rescuer generously." And he crumples up the note and like produce flame, like torches it.
About that compensation.
Yes, but first, can elaborate upon what led you here?
Well, I was doing an experiment on a new. Well, I'll call it, I'm a conjurer, so this was a teleportation spell that was supposed to allow me to travel more easily between the planes, and it seems it didn't quite go as intended.
Well, it seems to have worked. You just need to get lucky every time.
Yep.
He pats the little thing around his neck, the amulet. This amulet serves to cast a spell called Gentle Repose on me whenever I die, so that I may be more easily resurrected. And then he reaches into his bag, and then he pulls out a diamond that looks almost identical to the one that you had just used. You didn't use your own diamond to resurrect me, did you?
As a matter of fact, I did.
He kind of tosses the diamond over to you.
Thank you.
I'll take this. What else do you? What else? He kind of like rummages around. And he's like, "What
I don't
else do you
suppose you have
guys-"
any spells that our friend here could use.
I
Oh,
have
yeah,
my
do you have a copy?
A
Copy of that
copy of
spellbook?
I have my own spell book. It's
Well,
he reaches in and grabs a spell book and he opens it up. It's kind of blue leather, the same shade as the interior of his cloak. What? How good of spells can you? You weren't trained in a school, were you? He seems to be kind of having difficulty saying. You don't? Do you know about spell levels?
I would say on a scale of 1 to whatever the highest level we are, or the highest level we can be, I'm about a 5.
20.
Fifth level spells?
Yeah.
no.
No.
No,
You
wait,
cannot cast
no.
at level 5.
I'm a level 5 wizard, so I can
Let's-
cast 3rd level spells.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Kind of
it's not confusing at all.
flips through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Calling them both levels. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, what spells do you got? I've got a
Um,
couple you could copy. I don't have. We would need to buy materials for it to copy the spells, but
Yeah.
I could
Oh, wait.
compensate for that.
While you're here, who the fuck are you, and why did you give me that spell in the first place?
Well,
How do you know me?
I'm part
If you
of.
like, I can peruse through the spell book really fast, and then you'll have whatever you need for later when we have time to transcribe.
Do you have a thing that lets you read spells from wizard class?
I mean, I have keen mind. I can just tell them to him later, can I?
Spell scrolls are gibberish unless it's in your class casting list.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's the rules on how spell scrolls work, at least. So I'm ruling it the
Could I
same
not-
for this.
Just memorize the image of the gibberish and then reprint it and then give it to him.
Within the next hour?
Within the
I
next
believe
hour.
it is magically obscured. I can check the rules
I
on
see.
spell scrolls, though. So it is like... let's see... otherwise, the scroll is unintelligible. It doesn't actually say anything about it being magic. It just says it's unintelligible. So I will allow that. So you're just gonna like stare at each page in the book.
Oh, it's
You
kinda
do
like
need
that.
when you make a spell scroll, you do to copy it correctly.
Mhm.
You have to make an Arcana check to transcribe it into your book.
Right.
But if you just let him give him a minute, then he will like allow him to copy it directly from the book, and so there's not as much of a risk of them falling apart. If you take the spell book though, you will see that the spell on the second page is Continual Flame.
I'm gonna high five him too.
He's like confused, like what the
Continual Flame. It's a great spell.
Just ignore him for now.
5,500 tons of carbon into the atmosphere, guys.
I'm gonna Continual Flame my face.
5,500 tons. We could avoid it.
Well, let's I'm part of an order of wizards that travel the material plane looking for young and promising wizards like yourself and try to foster their development. Anyone who was able to make it away from Hans Landa deserves at least some respect from our order. And so I thought I would pop in, give you a little bit of a push in the right direction, and then when I found you again, we would discuss and see if you would perhaps be interested in joining the order. But it seems that I found you just a little bit, or you found me rather, just a little bit too early for our interests. So, do you know if there's a place in this? Go ahead.
So you're here to help me in whatever way you can.
That's not what I said, really. I need to get back to my plane.
Well, luckily for you, that's also what we need to do, but not yet.
Yeah.
That's not entirely true.
How about if you help us on our quest?
He reaches into his bag and he pulls out like a gold tuning fork.
A gold tuning fork?
A gold tuning fork, as if if you since you are trained in Arcana, or those of you that are trained in Arcana, where is it called? It's called plane shift.
I'm gonna send a message to Petra. The warlock is on this plane. And take care of that problem first.
I say, true, but maybe he can reveal to us how to return in the first place.
You'd recognize the spell. It is cast as the spell Plane Shift. This forked golden rod. This is attuned to the material plane. If you want to go back, I can take you back right now. I can. Well, actually, he like thinks to himself as if he's like feeling his own like reserves of power. I think I need to take a rest first.
Right now isn't that great of a time for us anyway. I don't suppose you could wait 2 to 3 months.
I could come back in 2 to 3 months.
Well, there's an idea.
Now that is a good idea.
I would need to get a fork attuned to this plane.
How much
you go about doing that?
How we do it on the material plane is these forks have been passed down for centuries, these same forks, and then they've just been duplicated. For those of us that, mostly to survive spells that would banish us.
I believe Crete and I might know an old wizard of this plane who might be able to point us in the right direction.
Which old wizard? Oh, the guy that you just met. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, wait a second. What was So yes, he kind of like furrows his brow like. So what is in this plane?
Space that you can breathe in.
Space air.
That's
planet.
So if I cast fly and just flew into the, I could just breathe?
Yeah.
No, I'm not sure if you could. I don't know the exact mechanics of the situation, but I think the distances are so vast that even if you could, you would run out of any ability to cast spells before you'd find anywhere else.
That makes a lot of sense, yes. I was worried. The reason why this whole hubbub here is I was worried that if I ended up on a plane that I didn't intend to go to, I wouldn't be able to breathe. And so this was probably my best option.
Therefore, the Superman ship. You've seen the play Superman, 1978, starring Chris Brigg?
I
No, but I
seem to
did
have missed that one, but I think I catched your meaning. A ship, some kind of a vessel that keeps me from exposure to the elements. That was this spell.
Particularly the crystal aesthetic.
Uh-huh. Well, I can. Now, are you staying in a place or?
We're
I can make us a place if we need one.
Oh,
Make
yeah.
us
Oh.
days.
Indeed.
I'm gonna sort of message that to everyone.
Oh,
yes,
are you
that
guys
would be lovely. I think.
just a temporary thing for a couple of hours while I get my energy back?
Sure.
Of course.
Sure.
Of course.
And
Yes.
let me check this
Of
spell
course.
real quick. And he is going to pull from his. Are you going to bed? Right. He's gonna reach into his
Yeah.
bag and he's gonna remove a small crystal bead.
Good night.
And-
Tell whoever that was I said good night.
As my
Yeah.
dad. Neat says good night.
Tell him I said goodnight as well.
The boys say good night. Yeah.
That's a good morning.
Okay. Kyle says good morning.
I was a weirdo.
So yes, and over the course of the next about a minute, he kind of like draws a line in the dirt. It's about 10 feet in diameter, or a 10-foot radius, excuse me. And he slowly, through a series of movements and actions, he creates a tiny hut, and he's casting Liamon's tiny hut. And a hut that is 10 feet in diameter springs around you, and I will post the thing in the chat real quick. He kind of explains, as he's doing the spell casting, he explains all of this
Oh shit.
to each
I
of
say,
you.
can you teach me how to do that?
Of course. I can teach you many things.
Nice.
Where's my thing for... He is not a conjurer. There we go. I need to make his stat sheet actually, because I don't actually have one for him.
That's dope. That's a cool spell.
Yeah, Tiny Hut is a really good spell.
Great spell.
It's like one of the
Yeah.
classic 5th level spells.
Nice.
And I have to make sure I have his thing good. So yeah, I actually have to change this stat block a little bit, but it's fine. But yeah, he casts the Tiny Hut, and then he pretty much just immediately just flops down onto the grass and falls asleep.
Right. Well,
It is like 12 in the afternoon, so you guys are... There's not really a... You guys can't take a
around
long
watching.
rest, but...
yeah. How much? By the way, how many pounds of iron was left?
The crystal weighed about 10,000 pounds. It was fairly dense.
Okay.
And so there was... You took 1,200 pounds, so it was 30 or 3 approximately 3,000 minus 1,200, so 28,800 pounds.
800.
Okay, that's the
Okay.
iron. So more than anyone in town will buy, but perhaps you could sell it to or sell some of it at least to a trader.
Well, I was thinking more about just transporting it. Hey, Henry. I don't suppose you have enlarge reduce.
Spanky has enlarged reduce.
We do have enlarged reduce. Fantastic news.
How long does that last?
That's a good question. Up to a minute. Well, if we
It's like when
get it
Vector stole the
rolling,
moon.
if we get it rolling, inertia should take care of.
Jesus Christ. Just this like it's still be it's 1/8 of its weight.
Yeah,
Is that
so
what it is?
3,600 pounds. Creek can carry like half of that.
Jesus
For a
Christ.
minute.
Yeah. Don't you have extended spell? What does that do? Double it?
That's the range, not the duration,
Oh.
I think.
There's also a duration one, isn't there?
Yeah. No, I have distance spell. Not
Oh, distance spell.
extended
Extended spell's a range one. Okay. Or the
Oh
duration
yeah.
one.
So yeah,
Yeah,
3,600 pounds still, even at reduced.
Right. Very well. It seems that's not in the. Well, I mean, we got 1,200 gold out of it. It's pretty good.
Unless you guys want to like spend like the rest of the if you so assuming you can carry between the carrying capacity if you're using your spell slots for the enhanceability could theoretically like purchase something to help you carry it.
Right. Or
And Nele
rent
might
for-
also be able to help you carry like move some of it if you asked him.
Yeah. Let's after he wakes up, let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
For now, let's I don't know.
Watch him sleep.
Anybody want to play cards?
We can duel for the fun of it.
Yeah.
I'm not healing you.
Alright, fine then. We'll Yu-Gi-Oh! We'll play Yu-Gi-Oh! We'll
Oh
do
yeah,
it
we'll
that
play
way.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
pretty
agree.
close to what I wanted actually. Save.
In fact,
I still have my cards here from the openings I did.
Nice.
Nice.
I didn't get shit.
Downloads.
Oh, I have to grab my deck box.
Come on.
I'm
gonna
start.
save.
I'm just gonna start growing some flowers around us to druidcraft.
Very nice.
I'm gonna eat my lettuce wrap.
Oh, I'm gonna start copying the spells from the spell book.
Sure. So I will give you the list. Some of them are of a level that you cannot cast. But I'm gonna just DM you the list that there's some more, but these are the ones in the. It would take you, I think, the time for copying spells. Let's see if I can find how long to copy spell into spellbook. 5e. For each level of the spell, it takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold pieces per level of the spell.
Damn.
So because you have to use special paper and inks to record the spell, it takes a fairly decent amount of time to copy each one.
2 hours and 50 gold pieces each?
Per level of the spell.
Per level of spell.
So
So if
third
you guys
level
those
was
150
6
gold.
hours. And this is mostly just to, this is like, it's, the way it's justified is, represents material components you expend as you experiment with the spell to master it, as well as the fine inks you need to record it. And so these are all the spells that are, you can choose from. I'll also add a tiny hut to that.
Okay.
And so I don't have the levels of those spells
I can
listed.
just
I don't know what like any of these do.
So you can look, you can just Google, you can just type them into the I tab and it'll tell you.
Right. Arcane Eye.
Alright. Are we ending it here?
We can either end it
Yeah.
here or we can go into town and you can book transit.
Oh, sure. I guess. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that real quick.
Samir, you good till 11:30 or?
Yeah, I can push to 11:30.
And then are you guys?
well, that should be pretty simple. So even if he left,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be a big
yeah,
deal.
yeah.
Right.
So yeah, and then also, are you guys gonna try and bring more of the iron back? That's the other question.
We can bring
Let's
some
bring as much as we
more.
can carry in one more trip back.
Okay.
Yeah, sure,
Sure.
why not?
Yeah.
Do you have
Right.
slots for enhanceability?
I have 1 3rd level, and then I can spend a 4th level one. So yeah.
Sure. Oh, you have 4th level spells?
Or sorry, it's a 2nd level spell. I have 1 2nd level spell.
And then one
slot,
third
and then I can
level.
spend a 3rd level one. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Does 3rd level give you any benefit?
Oh, let me check actually.
Because it might allow you to cast it on 2 creatures.
I can target 2 creatures. Petra, you help us carry shit.
Yeah. How
Uh,
many 3rd level slots? Do we have?
17 times 15 times 2.
2.
Okay, yeah, we can use.
So I
That's
can use
5
both
times.
of those, and
Yeah.
510 pounds. Okay. And Henry, do you have reduce and large prepared by any chance?
He probably doesn't have anything not prepared because he doesn't have that many spells.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, really?
Because he lost
Okay.
his spell book.
That's
So,
right.
there
So
you go.
cast it on the. Well, I guess it only lasts for a minute, so it wouldn't help us much anyway.
Not really.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cast
never
it
mind that.
continually.
This is still like.
That's so many spells.
Yeah.
You won't be able to use
don't
it.
have
It's a
that many
2 hour
spells.
walk. It's like a 2-hour walk.
I mean, this is
Yeah.
like
You cast it
1700.
4 times, and then you take the rest, and then cast another.
Is
4
it?
times.
Is there like a uphill and a downhill? Because maybe we can cast it during the uphill.
Make a
Carry it up.
survival check.
Okay. Survival. I'm pretty good at that. I could just use the wild shape,
cannot help
but I won't. 16.
16?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You're able to find a couple of hills where it's like, it's not a particularly hilly area, but you're able to find a good spot. I'll say you'll be able to add like 10% more weight than you would originally have been able to carry because
Sick.
you are able to push and do all this stuff.
All right. Awesome.
Hmm.
So that's 510 plus 1200.
Yeah. 1710.
1710. So plus 5 by 10. So plus 171. Is that right?
I don't know. You're the one doing the math for me. I'm not gonna.
1881
bother with it.
pounds. 1,881 pounds of iron.
That's a lot.
A lot of iron.
Yep. How much money do we get with that?
1,881.
So yeah, it's by pounds. So each pound is 1.
Okay.
However, who are you trying to sell it to is the problem.
We'll sell it to like some, probably like a merchant. Try to find a merchant, because the blacksmith.
He is not a wealthy man. So you guys make your way into town, to the kind of ship district. It's a little bit of a rougher area, but you guys are kind of unbothered because you have a giant minotaur and you're pushing several tons of iron along with you.
Yeah. We could
It's a
probably.
you got a lot of looks, but no one seems to
They don't
bother
fuck
you
with
at all.
us.
Yeah.
I don't
could-
think it's
We could probably
Fuck around
trade.
and find out.
We could probably trade some of the coal for transport.
You may test that assumption at your earliest convenience. It's from Star Trek. Let's fuck around and find out in Picard.
Oh yes. Oh, that's the episode where that's the I know exactly the episode. That's the
Yeah.
one where he's then we will owe them a favor. That's that same monologue. It's incredible. So yes, you guys you make your way. It's kind of a small. This is a Gith merchant, shorter than the Gith that you've even seen. They have kind of like glasses, kind of like Roz from Monsters Inc. energy as you walk up to the desk, and they kind of look like they look up from their desk and then they look up, like all the way up. How can I help you?
We're looking to offload some iron
And potentially get transport off world.
and get transport off world. We're willing to take payment in the form of transport.
For that much iron? How much iron is that approximately?
1,800 1,900 pounds, roughly.
So that's 1,900 gold at going rate. Where are you looking for transport to?
That is a good question. What about where did you say that Timothy character
Apollyon.
was from?
Apollyon.
How far is
Apollyon.
Apollyon from here?
Apollyon, that would, a direct transit there would probably cost you about 40 gold pieces each. It's a bit of a trek and it's out of the way.
Okay. Well, what are the other? Let's discuss. What are the other like points of interest?
Well, you guys met the mind flare here. That's what we're looking for, right?
If
The
you're looking
hub.
to the hub, that'll be a little bit cheaper just because there's more ships going out that way.
How
Yeah.
much
That'll
is-
only be about 20 gold a person.
Okay. The hub then? Do we?
That's
say?
about
Those ships are
120.
generally a little bit less nice than the ones
We
that
don't-
end up at Apollyon.
We don't really have a plan in place for what
Yeah, we
happens
do.
when we return to the hub.
We know
without
exactly
having
what we're gonna do.
completed your guys' mission.
You guys just leave in LA back, or is
No,
are
he-
you doing
I thought
this
he was staying with
after
us.
you're? Are you doing this after he's asleep or while he's asleep?
Yeah, after he's asleep.
Okay,
After
so he
he's taken
wakes
his
up
nap.
and he unsummons the hut.
Yeah,
Um,
we're gonna have a talk with the wizard before this, but
yeah.
like
yeah.
the jeweler wizard before this.
Oh yeah. That also sounds like a plan.
So the hub, then transport to the hub. Then it seems
Yes.
for 6.
Transport to the hub. Let me find what the captain's name is.
Wouldn't it be 7?
For 7. Oh yeah, 7. And
Would it be 7? He's returning back to his plane, isn't it?
is he returning right now, or is he going on the ship with you?
I'm gonna look.
He was
it up.
planning on not going on just going back to his plane right now,
Yeah, that's what I
if
thought.
he could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he have the fork?
Well, he has the fork for his home plane, so he'll be able to return to his plane whenever he wants.
Yeah, but does he have the fork for here?
He did
That's
not
the
seem to have the
question.
fork for here. No.
Okay. 6 or 7. Hold that 20 gold for now, why don't you? And we'll let you know in a minute.
Thank you, Sugar. The captain's name is going to be, if I can find my captain's name. I can't find it. Come on. Captain Shriris Konak. Caps.
Onan?
Shriris
Conan.
Konak. That's your
Onan.
captain. The ship leaves at sunrise tomorrow, and she kind of stamps you 6 tickets or 7 tickets. Thunk, 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 thunk. Passes them over. Have an excellent rest of your day. And just kind of leans over and is back to paperwork.
Thank you very much. So we got how much gold from them?
So yeah, with the trade, I'll say that they're willing to. This is a trade. Captain Konak is a merchant trader, and so they are paying market value for the iron, and then deduct your 20 gold for 7 tickets. So that's 140 gold. So that is 1900 minus 140. That is a net total of 1760. And then if you want to divide that by 6, that is
293.
293 and a little bit.
Okay. You guys, yeah, one of you can have the remainder of mine. One person can take 294. 2 people can take 294, right? Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Yeah, I don't need it. Whatever.
I'm in.
Yeah, you can take it.
I'll take the other I guess.
What? 450 minus 6.
444.
That's how much money I have.
All right.
Wait, how much do we add?
It was 293.
We're not poor anymore.
294.
You are no longer poor. Nope.
294 each.
I am a generous god.
293. 2 people can have 294.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, 293.
All right. 431.
Nice.
I want to add that, Kyle. You're gonna need them for your spell slots. For your spells.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Anyway, let's go talk to that wizard.
Okay.
Samir, you probably have
An
to.
LA is with you, right?
Yeah,
You
I'm
brought an LA
probably
with
gonna
you?
go after
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna probably go right now.
All right. See you.
Bye,
Mr.
Alright,
Samir.
good night.
Thanks
Bye,
for
Will
playing with us.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye,
Bye.
stream.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Say bye soon.
Uh-huh. All right. So yes, you guys
There he
head back
goes.
over to Vareo, the wizard, or the former wizard. The door opens and he kind of looks out. Back again so soon?
Yeah, we actually had a question about some wizard business.
I'm sorry to say I don't really practice much anymore.
Well,
can
it's
answer anything basic.
more knowledge related than any sort of thing practice that we need from you.
Of course.
I'm gonna have what is his name?
An LA.
Anele to I'm gonna have him show the tuning fork. Any idea where we could get one of these for this plane?
Well, there is a. Let me find my thing. There is a wizard. The rumor is, I don't know for sure if it's true, who lives on Vampira, who keeps forks attuned to each of the planes. Now, I have not personally been to see this wizard, and the rumor says that he is a little bit of a eccentric, which is to say he doesn't prefer the company of outsiders. However, perhaps for the right price, he would be willing to part with one of his tuning forks. And the planet was Vampira. And perhaps if you wanted to travel there, you could find a tuning fork. He might be dead though, so it's been many years.
We might have a better luck just going to the hub and seeing if there's any there.
Yes, wizards are discouraged in the hub. Magic in general is. Just
Seems to be a
the
bit of a pattern.
harmful effects of having the ability to change someone's mind have been regulated by the good merchants who own that particular location.
I don't suppose that you would have any. You would have your old spell book or any old spells that you could lend a wizard friend of ours.
Lend as in he'll bring
Allow
it back?
him to copy or give. I don't know if you're practicing any longer.
Which one of you is the wizard that
Child.
needs the book?
It's me.
The man kind of looks over.
Me. Thank you.
Can I trust you with my old book?
Oh, me? My name is Spanky. How can you not trust me?
Can you make a persuasion check at disadvantage for that?
Yes.
Give
Can I
him
cast guidance?
guidance.
Can I cast guidance?
I give him guidance.
Can I help
Watch them
him?
be both nat ones.
Nope.
Oh my
That's
god.
Ah.
15, and then roll a
15
d4 to that.
disadvantage.
Roll a d4 and add on to that.
That's a
16.
It's pretty good.
I will need something that tells me that you will not just blow yourself up in my book along with it.
Okay.
Do you have some sort of collateral I can have so I know you'll bring my...
Take this owl. It'll be with you forever.
I know
He
enough
knows
about...
what a familiar is.
I know what a familiar is. And his
Oh,
the
sure.
little rat like scurries over and like
Or
lands
if we
on his
give
arm.
him the baby.
We need Samir here to.
Yeah, if we're gonna
Yeah.
give his
To make
baby
decisions
away,
about
we
the
need
baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
just goes away, gives out his baby.
Can I give him? Oh shoot! Do I have another spell book I could give him?
You bought a spell book, that has the current spells that you have in it.
What I would be copying these spells into that spell book, right?
Yes. So your
Or
current
what?
spell book, you would you'd copy the spells into that book. It would still cost time and effort.
Oh,
But-
I know what I could maybe give him.
I could give
I'm
him my
gonna take
lettuce
out-
wrap.
First.
I have a stone that I totally forgot about that we got on the fucking planet with the Kruthix. The agate.
The agate.
Agate. Yeah,
Agate.
apparently worth what I have is worth 1,000 gold.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe some like
Mm-hmm.
precious gem.
I could I'll show one of them to him and be like, well,
Mm-hmm.
what about something like this?
1,000 gold agate. Where did you get the agate? I don't even remember.
I think we got it from killing the snail or something.
Oh, that's right. You guys traded it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah. I'll just show him one. I have 3.
He kind of like goes in and like looking at his book. Well, do you know about spell levels?
Me?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
And now it kind of like looks like, what? You didn't know about the? I taught. You know, he's like, I taught him that.
Is that true? No, it's not true.
Well, you told him. You just told Anele like earlier today that you didn't know what the spells were.
Yeah.
He kind of like, these spells might not quite be enough for you, or might be some of these spells might be too much for you.
Too high of a level for me? Is that what that means?
As it were, yes. I will
That's
give
bold of you to
you.
assume.
What is that? Update spellbook. Oh, just kidding. I don't want that. Sorry. I have a spell book. So, I need you to do. This is going to take a little bit of bookkeeping as to how much money and time it's going to take.
Okay.
So I'm going to just assume that you're only going to copy up to the level of spells you can cast. Do you think that's fair?
Sure, that's fair.
Okay.
Why not?
And so I'll do the math I'll try and help you with the math. Also the Anele spellbook, I'm just gonna cancel that and give you a new one because those are a little bit silly. So this is going to be the spells from the book that what's his name? Vero is gonna give you.
Oh shit. It's a lot
So
of
there's a
spells.
lot. His spellbook is filled. I'm also just gonna give you a new one for Anele.
Oh, I have a lot of
You
these.
already have some of those.
Yeah.
You already have some of these spells.
Oh, you do.
Wait, so do I?
Okay.
I don't get the spells that you sent me before?
I'm just gonna redo that spellbook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make, so I'm just gonna say
Those are
you
cool
don't.
ones, yeah.
The ones that I sent you before, you didn't copy those in, did you?
No, not yet.
Okay. So you will still get a percent. Did I do that right? No, I didn't. Spell school preference. He is a conjurer. There's just a little spellbook generator app that I found. That I'm going to use instead. He is a 13th level wizard. And we're going to generate that. And so if you're only copying up to the level that you can cast, these are other spells that he gives you. So a lot of these are repeated, or a percentage of these are repeated. And we're going to have to go through. It's going to take a little bit of bookkeeping to figure out how long it takes you to copy each of these. And we can call it then if that's all we're gonna do. You guys have booked transit.
I would like to say before, if you're interested in the agates, I have 2 I could sell you.
Let me check my. I think I could give you a trade. I don't know if I have enough gold for. If I keep 2,000 gold in non-component form.
Oh no, I think total was worth 1,000, so 333 per.
Okay, so a total. If you want to trade for the 3 of them, so 1,000. He does have 1,000 gold in store. If you want a straight trade, or he can trade you components if you'd rather do that, or if you have any other spell components that you are in need of.
Let's see. Ooh, does he? Any of those books have identify tile?
I don't know what it is. What Matt? How you doing?
I think identify has it. I think if identify is not in there, I will add identify to.
It's not in there.
Anile's spellbook does have identify.
Let's get a fucking pearl in there. 100 gold pearl for identify. Finally.
How you doing, man? I was watching before. Really?
I don't know how that's not in any of the spellbooks. But yeah, Anile does have identify, and he has a pearl. He has a personal pearl for it, but he's not really willing to part with it right now, because he needs it for himself.
Right. So
yeah, you can buy a pearl. So you'll be able to add identify, but
terrific.
So let me just. We'll do the math for this after. So yeah, you guys are able to buy the pearl. So that how much gold worth is that? Let me check. Identify is a pearl worth at least 100 gold pieces. So yeah, you will be able to purchase that, and then you'll get 900 gold from the agates, if that's the trade you want to make.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Sure. And then, as we are leaving off, you guys have transit to the next world you are on. And me and Kyle are going to do some math because he's a wizard. So we will call it at that. Check out
another 150 gold per person, by the way.
Another 150?
Yep.
Okay.
We launch OceAN.
Wait, so I have 100 from the first thing.
You should have had like 293 from the second. And then 150 now.
So yeah, you guys have some money now.
I'm rich.
Wait, let me do some math.
Money.
So
Fat
100
money.
plus 293. Right?
I have 594.
543 total added onto whatever you had at the beginning.
I also need to add these spells for NLA. I need to fix NLA spellbook. But yes,
call it there. Right?
That is where we're gonna call it tonight. Anyone, I am going to be on DM Done Deal this Friday, if we can get the stream working, because I'm the one that's running the stream, because our normal stream guy is out. And anyone else want any shout outs? Our sponsor,
Fantastic Beasts 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
2014 Yu-Gi-Oh! That's our sponsor. Yeah. And of course, all the unnamed ones.
Get your pets spayed and neutered. I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Keep an eye out for my legally distinct Trek Through the Stars game coming out.
Yes, true.
All right. I will be back shortly then. Bye, guys. Say bye to chat.
Bye. Thank you for joining us.
Alrighty then. let's go to chatting mode, and I'll turn off my camera here and turn it on here. Here I am. Oh, there we go. My webcam is a little off center, but that's fine. It's whatever. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode of Ballads of the Lost Empire. This episode was a little bit quicker. But which kind of makes sense. Samir had to go, started a little late, and I was getting sleepy. But yeah, still pretty good long episode. I think we're finally getting off this planet. Next stream is going to be Wednesday, and I'm going to be playing Smash again. Cause this weekend I'm going camping. I'll try to bring my Switch with me, so we can play while we're out there. And I'm trying to build up my skill, so I'm not garbage when I go there. If you haven't yet, go ahead and check out my YouTube, my socials, my Discord. There should be a link in my About page, along with a link to my shitty merch store, where you can get cursed things. I'll let you check them out. And that's gonna do it, maybe? I'm trying to remember. I'm currently editing the highlights video. I'm gonna try to see if I can get it out before I go on this trip, but there's no guarantee. Also, if that hasn't been made, like, if you haven't figured it out, I am going on a trip this weekend, so no stream Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Maybe a stream on Sunday, but there's no guarantee. But I'll definitely be back for the stream on Monday. So I'll miss you guys. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.